All right, man. What a wild ride it's been. I'm sorry, guys. I know my voice. That's the first thing that. That's the first thing some of y'all gonna say. I think it's a combination of me being sick and also me talking too much as well. It's like both. I know my voice is shot, but I'm feeling a lot better though. Like it sounds real bad, but like it's not as bad as it sounds. Like it's bad, bro, but it's like not as it seems like it's a lot worse than what it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like oh man, he's doing terrible. He's feeling the worst ever, but it's really not that bad. Like even though I know I sound weird. I sound super weird, but like I'm okay. Um I sound like the Kool-Aid man. Like, oh yeah. I sound like some of the Kool-Aid man. You talk too much? Nah.
You talk too much.
I know.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
Bro, I think it's a combination of those two. And I had to do a sponsored video for a farming game. So I was trying my best to talk normal. And my voice sounds weird there too. I sound like Brittany Griner. Like y'all ever heard Brittany Griner? The basketball player in the WNBA. I sound like Brittany Griner right now. Oh my god, that's what I sound like right now, man. Oh snap. Cyber T, thank you for the big JoJo, and Justin with the 3.
Hey, hope you get to feeling better. The Final Fantasy video caught me off guard. It sounded like you recorded it on your last leg. Lol.
No, I'll keep it a buck. I was struggling because I had already recorded that. I recorded my. You guys aren't gonna see it, but it's probably gonna be Monday. I'll have the farming simulator video on Monday. So I recorded that, and then this morning, early, I recorded that Final Fantasy video. And yeah, this morning it was really bad. This morning, really, really, really bad this morning. But it's like I feel better than what I felt like before, you know? Yeah, I've been drinking tea, guys. I've been drinking a ton of tea. I've been taking my medicine. So it doesn't cure it overnight. You can do that all day and your throat's still gonna feel like this. So trust me, I've had plenty of honey and tea and medication. The fact that I can even talk like this is because I've been doing what I'm doing. If I haven't taken what I've taken, I probably wouldn't even been able to do what I'm doing right now. So I've had plenty of tea, plenty of honey, plenty of ginger, plenty of all, like I've been taking my medication. So it's just gonna sound like this for the next few days. Like it's gonna be like this, you know? So yeah. Guys, listen, it's all good. Guys, I know what to take. I appreciate you guys giving me suggestions, but trust me, I know. I've been doing that, all right? But like I said, the only reason why I'm able to even do what I'm doing right now is because I've been doing all what you guys are suggesting. So I get it. Trust me. I know what to take, and I've been taking it. Trust me. Let's see here. So yeah, it's all good. Ed and Eddie, it's hilarious. I mean, I watched it before in the past, Darkness Wins. I don't really watch it now. So, OJ, sir, you need to take a break, man. I know. I need to take a break. I know. I'll take a break. Here's the thing. I kind of have to go hard these next number of like this week and next week, and then I'll take a break for I'll take a break for New Year's. So I kind of have to go in. I still have a few more videos that I want to get out, and like this is why I hopefully I can recover. I'm gonna keep on taking my medication, keep on doing all the stuff that you guys are suggesting, which I've been doing. I'm gonna hope I can record a couple videos for next week. So maybe I'll just do 2 more vids, like top 25 most anticipated games and top 25 games of this year, and then I'll take a break. I'll take a break from the week starting on Monday. I'll take a break through the new year. So yeah. Save your voice for next week. Yeah, what's happening next week again? I don't know what's happening next week. Is there something happening? Sandpaper mixed with concrete slabs crushed under hot cement. Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate. Says my throat hurts just hearing your voice, bro. Hope you're feeling better. I'll feel better soon. Like I said, it sounds a lot worse than it actually is. Like I'm feeling okay to keep it a buck. Like I'm feeling okay. So yeah. Let's see. Can you DM me the name of your barber you found in my area? It's too much work to keep shaving my head. Yeah, I got you, Jeffrey Tucker. You got to give me more your precise. Give me DM me your precise location, and then I got you on a barber. Let's see here. Thank you, Psycho Pie. I appreciate that, man. Though, but no, it sounds bad, but I'm actually okay. You like a little bit of my voice is coming through, but like it sounds bad, but I'm cool, man. I'm good. Like I got these organic ginger shots that I'm also taking too. So these have been pretty good. Like I said, at one point last night, it was like my voice was like it was so bad, like I could barely speak, man. It was crazy. But like I said, yeah, I've been taking a lot of stuff, so I feel better, man. I feel a lot better now. Feel a lot better. Shout outs to Cyber Taurus. Shout outs to Justin Cyber Taurus with the Hokage and Stream Ninja. Yo, appreciate that. Next one up, extension. I'll be honest though, guys, I was only gonna go for about an hour or so. So maybe we can extend it out to maybe 2, but I'll go as long as I can if we hit our extensions. I'll do everything that I can to extend it. I also want to talk about the 2026 games. So if you guys got games that you think, predictions that you think that Nintendo's going to do for 2026, I want to hear about those. We're going to be talking about this a lot. A lot of you guys have some good suggestions and predictions. So I want to hear you guys' games that you guys want to see coming through. So yeah. Do you have any Christmas plans? Yes, I got big Christmas plans with the fam as well. Big Christmas plans. So I'm going to be busy. I've been busy this week with family stuff. I ain't going to be on the Spawncast tonight. I mean, even if I could be on the Spawncast, I probably would take it off just because of my voice. Excuse me. But I got big Christmas plans next week as well, too. So I got plans this week. Got plans today. Got plans next week. So it's been a Thanksgiving, and then now at this point, it's been a lot of family stuff recently, man. So yeah, hit that like button though, guys. Hit that like button, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, you know, I think Party Man was talking about saving my voice for next week for the. Hopefully, like I said, I'll take tomorrow off. And then hopefully my voice is good enough to do the top 25 because like those videos are long. So I'm hoping everything's good by then, man. You sound like Spawn Wave when he's sick. I mean, I think everybody has they have a sore throat. There's a certain pitch to their voice. So, I mean, I don't know if it's exactly like his, but yeah. Just do 1 hour just so you can rest up. Like I said, we'll see how we do today, Star Boys. I appreciate that. Shout out to Droxus. Appreciate you. You sound like hell. What happened? I got sick. I got sick. I got a bug that I always get this time of the year because I'm always in a hurry for family stuff, and I go to Walmart and forget to properly sanitize because I'm hurrying, and it happens to me almost every year, like every other year. This happens to me. My wife noticed too. She's like, this happens to you every year, and I know exactly when it happens too. Literally, it's like instant. It's like instant. As soon as I get back from Walmart, I'm making something or I'm doing something because I'm rushing, and then I get sick. I'm like, oh my God, it's like you again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you again. But I think my immune system's actually kind of built up some resistance to it because the first time it happened in like 2019, like it had me bedridden. Like it had me legitimately bedridden. Like I was like, so it was so bad. But then it didn't happen in 2020, but then it happened like in 2021. It happened in 2022, and it's not as bad. Like each time I can still work, But like the first time or so, it had me like in bed. But like now I'm not like tripping or nothing, You have a favorite food you have this time of the year? Don't change what I typically don't eat Christmas dinners. Favorite food usually like turkey. Turkey's good, like mashed potatoes, turkey, all that stuff. Thanksgiving food and stuff. So yeah. What's up, General Zamora? We gotta go through more shout outs, man. Shout outs to Yak Diesel, Adroxus. What's good? I kind of sound like Shaq Diesel. Speaking of Yak Diesel, sound like Shaq. I dunk the ball, basketball. I'm over here. Yeah, greatest of all time. Flaming Queen. What's up, Flaming Queen? Welcome. Jeffrey T in the house. Yo, Ronan, George FT. Hey, OJ, man, you should rest. I'm going to get rest tomorrow, guys. I'm going to get rest tomorrow. We still got to... Listen, these games don't rest, brother. These games don't rest. Yo, Cyber Taurus with the jow.
Hopefully you don't need to do too much yelling at the 49ers on Monday, which is more me hoping your voice gets better than me rooting for the 49ers lol.
Yeah, definitely,
Valuable
for sure.
items.
Shout outs to my man Cyber T, like always, baby. We out here. It's Cyber T time. Like Dame time. It's Cyber T time, bro. Let's go. Shout outs to Shinru with the 5 gifted memberships. Hey, yo, thank you so much. Shinru, Cyber Taurus with the big 10. Shinru coming in with the 5 gifted. Yo, we out here, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Shinru. Yo, we out here, bro. I appreciate you, fam. For real. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Let's get you some extra points for that one, man. Let's get you some extra points for that one. Let's go. Let's see here. 3. We're going to go ahead and hit you with the 20. 13 pointer for that one, baby. Yo, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mr. Shinru. And Justin with another 3 coming through. Yo, the Elite Ninjas out here.
I know the feeling. I see people coughing on the drinks and you wouldn't believe how many people walk out of a stall while I'm washing my hands and they just walk by the sink.
Oh, I know, man. You know, like the thing about it is this, bro. Like the problem is that every single time, you guys know me, I'm sanitary. Like, big love to Shinru. Thank you for the 5 gifted. But you guys know me, Shinru. I'm sanitary, guys. You guys know how much I'm kind of like a germaphobe. The problem is that when I'm doing stuff for other people, I lose track. Like when it's busy, I lose track. When I got to rush to Walmart to get something or whatever, like because I got time, I got to come back and work or something, I lose track of what I'm doing and I don't think. And that's the problem. Usually like any other part of the year, I always remember to sanitize, to wash hands, to do all, like I don't forget this stuff, but it's always, there's something with this time of the year that I always forget. It's always some one random time where I go to a Walmart and I forget, and it happens instantly. Like I eat something and I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. I try to retroactively go wash my hand. Nope, I already took 2 bites and I was holding on to something, you know? So it's like, bro, it's literally instant. That's how fast my body picks up. It's like the same thing every time. So it's like my body can handle it. Like I said, I'm not going to be bedridden, but I'm very disappointed with myself right now, man, because it's like this happens every year. And like I said, and I always wash my hands. I'm always sanitary. It's just times like I said, with the holiday, I'm rushing, I forget. So I gotta like write it down. I gotta put like a note in my book, like, yo, careful on the holidays. And I'm usually careful. I like literally it's like one day out of like the 2 months of holidays that we have, right? Like between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So yeah, trash. Shout outs though, appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much to Justin with another 3. Shinru with the 5 gifted. If anybody does 5 more, you can beat my man Shinru on the board. Let's go. Excuse me. So I work in food service. We have to sanitize. When people don't take those steps, I can't help though. Wash your hands, face first, then I'll serve you. I know, bro. I'm telling you. I used to work in food service too myself, so you know, I'm very aware of that stuff. But like I said, man, I don't know. Sometimes I have a brain fart, and that one I had a brain today. It was a few days ago, about 2 days ago. I had a brain fart. So yeah. So yeah. I have a ton of antibacterial bleach, sterile gloves. Haven't been sick since 2021. Gave me the flu. Yeah. I heard that you seen JJBA season trailer. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Nah, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna check it out later for sure. Which I hope you feeling better soon. Did you watch the AJ versus Jake Paul? I didn't watch the match myself, but I saw the highlights. I saw Anthony Johnson, right? I think I saw him knock him out. Which, I mean, we all knew that was gonna happen. Like he's way bigger and stronger than Jake Paul, so I don't know. I mean, but they both got a massive payday, so it was really just about the money. It wasn't necessarily about, about who's gonna win. We all knew what was going to happen. I mean, like, Jake Paul's not a legitimate boxer. Anthony Johnson is. So, and he's bigger than him. He's like bigger than him by a lot. He's taller than him, bigger than him, has bigger reach than him. So yeah. General Zamora with the 2 says, if I'm honest, you sound like Shaq. That's what I said. I sound like Shaq. Sound like the big Shaq. Big Shaq. Dunk on you. Excuse me. Shout outs, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, General Zamora, with the $2. Appreciate that. Shout outs to Shinru. Thank you for the gifted, man. I put Justin for some reason as the gifted. It's supposed to be Shinru. My bad. Cyber Taurus is the Hokage with the 10. Extreme Ninja with the 10. Hokage with the 20. Anybody that's 20 or more, you can bid up my man. Cyber Taurus. And, of course, Shinru. Thank you for the big 5. Anybody that's 5 or more gifted, you can type or pass up my man Shinru. Let's go. Hope you feel better, brother. Have you played Arc Raiders? Nah, I haven't played Arc Raiders yet. Probably won't play that game, to be honest. I'm not a big PC shooter extraction guy or anything like that. So, what's up, man? Dang, I'm sorry. You got sick, bro. OJ got a case of grip off Amazon. Really, I like it. But it's D-Brand. Another one. I see Subcase are good, too. Okay, yeah, D-Brand's good. Hey, what's up, the casual noob? Welcome. What is good? Let's see here. Oh, that illness getting to him, chat. What illness? What are you talking about? What, the one that I have? Oh, I'm good. I'm good, man. I am good. I feel, like I said, I feel a lot better than I did, you know, like this morning or yesterday. Like yesterday I was feeling, it was pretty bad yesterday. During my final, even this morning, man, it was pretty bad. So it was like, you know, today, a little bit better today, you know, overall, when it comes down to things. So not too bad with everything, but yeah. Gonna try to mute my mic anytime that I have to cough, so you guys don't have to hear me cough into the mic. Do you think the Niners will win out and get the #1 seed? Maybe. Gotta wait and see. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, King Tree Freak? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, brother? Shout outs. Welcome, welcome. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that Shaq is streaming right now, or the big Kool-Aid man is streaming. So yeah, let him stream. Let him know that we streaming right now. We also got some other information and news on gaming. So, of course, apparently Claire Obscure Expedition 33 has disqualified Claire Obscure. It's been disqualified from the Indie Game Awards due to using Gen AI. So the Game of the Year now goes to Blueprints. So the Indie Game of the Year, apparently, I didn't know there was an Indie Gaming Year show or whatever, but interesting. Yeah, Indie Game Awards disqualifies Claire Obscure Expedition 33 due to Gen AI usage. So very interesting to see that announcement there. So yeah, Insider Gaming reported on that one. So what do you guys think about the whole Gen AI? I know we haven't talked about it too much, but what do you guys think about generative AI in games? Developers using it to, like, you know, script out things or get a base idea or get a like reference point for potential design ideas and stuff like that. What do you guys think about it? There's been a lot of controversy lately with like Larian and now with obviously Sandfall using Gen AI in their game. So what do you guys think? Gen AI is ruining humanity. What's up, Elias? Expedition 33 can kick AI rocks. Okay. The 49ers get the #1 seed. That is a Super Bowl team right there. It's hard for me to think that the Niners are a Super Bowl team with how bad their defense plays at times. I mean, I know that they've put together some solid games here and there, but it just seems like they're going to have trouble stopping some of the bigger, badder offenses in the league. So, like, if they run into the Rams, I'm not confident that they're going to be able to beat the Rams because of that explosive offense. But we'll see. You know, we will see. I got Fantasian for Switch. Managed to find it physical for 21 new. I've always wanted to try it out since the Sakaguchi RPG. Nice. Yeah, that's good stuff. You always have an opinion on everything, Felipe, so now the fact that you don't have an opinion is interesting. I don't really care if they use Gen AI for generic basic jobs tasks. Okay. Expedition 33 dev team got their money, good for them, but using Gen AI is nasty work. Yeah, nasty work. on professional artists, and that's hard enough making that your career. You're a professional artist, okay? Cannot be in the industry these days. Wonder where they draw the line. These engines usually have tools that just generate assets. Get better soon, OJ. Thank you so much, Tall Man. I appreciate you, fam. This is BS. A lot of you guys think that that it's BS. A lot of you guys think that it's not. So I might make a video on it later. I don't know. I don't really have a strong opinion one way or another, you know. I just think that it's interesting. Like I said, I'm gonna play a game, you know. Regardless, I'm gonna play the game on the, you know, on like if I feel like playing, I'm gonna play it. So it's like I said, it's a very delicate balance for sure. Also, let me play some combo breaks here. 30-minute extension. Let's go. If I can go 30 more minutes, I'll try, guys. I'll try.
Overclock Buster!
Shout outs, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next one up at 45 combos. 4 more combos, and we got that 45-minute extension. Gen AI has no place in game dev, and they lost all my respect by announcing using it after winning all the game awards. I think they actually talked about it before. I think Gene Park had an article. I think they actually discussed that before the Game Awards, if I'm not correct. But yeah, if they purposefully left that out until after the Game Awards, then yeah, that's definitely trashy. I just want good games. I can't police how they are made, and AI doesn't bother me unless it's super obvious. It gets too muddy trying to try a line on how much they can use or not. I'm just a gamer. Interesting, yeah. AI is fine for non-creative things that just speed up the process, but outside of that, when it comes to creativity and creation, I hate it. Okay. Good opinions coming through. Respectful.
I saw a funny article recommended to me from PC Mag called, "Not sure if you should upgrade to Switch 2? Here's why I haven't. I'm just thinking no duh, the website bashing the Switch 2 most of the time thinks that. Lol.
PC Magazine's just been putting up negative articles on Switch 2 since day one. They obviously have an agenda against it, so I mean, like, it is what it is, but I think that they're more so salty that all of their propaganda before the Switch 2 failed, and all of their portable PCs are selling like absolute garbage. So I think that's PC Gamer or PC Mag for you. I mean, nobody should listen to anything when it comes to Switch 2 from those people. They you know, obviously, it's clickbait. Thank you for the $3 dono, man. I appreciate that. Shout outs to Justin. Appreciate you, fam. I'm a little disappointed that Divinity Original Sin 2 Switch 2 update doesn't have mouse support. Perfect kind of game for that. I'm a bit puzzled. Yeah, that would have been great for mouse support. How can you win Game of the Year when you aren't creating something? Do I get credit for the Chat GPT writing a poem or at my prompt? Well, I mean, I don't think they use generative AI to do everything. They just use it as like some generative AI for stuff. So I don't think it was like they just used the whole generative AI to make the whole game. I don't think that was it. For better, feel better players, since back in the day when computers first came out, people said that computers were gonna take people's jobs, and now we use them all the time. So that's how I hear about Gen AI. Okay. Well, while Gen AI is bad for jobs, many massive and big companies will be pushing to use it more as time goes on. Yeah. The way Expedition 33 used AI shouldn't affect artists. I have a professional art experience and art degree. Okay, nice. That's good. They had placeholder AI assets on launch. Of course, we don't know how they use Gen AI. That does matter. But Gen AI is not artistry. It does not honor the real games that paved the way for Expedition 33 to exist. Okay. Get some Carl if you're sick, bro. I'm okay, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. I've been taking plenty of taking plenty of medication, so don't worry, man. I'll be okay. Don't trust me. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. What do these Western media gain from sabotaging Nintendo going since Wii U? It's not about sabotaging Nintendo. It's just about clickbaiting to make money. It's not any it has nothing to do with sabotage. It's just more like, hey, if I can say something negative to get attention to make money, I'll do it from these places. But like PC Gamer Mag and like PC Gamer, like nobody should care about when it comes to Nintendo content or Nintendo stuff, like nobody should care about what PC gamer has to say about, you know, Nintendo Switch 2. Like, why should you? Like, these guys don't show what they've been playing. They don't show, you know, what they know about the games or anything. They play PC. So like PC is a different thing. So they're coming at it from their point of view, which is okay. They're allowed to have their opinion, but I'm also allowed to disregard their opinion. And I'm pretty sure that PC gamer, they don't even know who I am or care who I am. So I don't care who they are, you know? So it's kind of how I see it. Their opinion's valid to them or to their viewers, but it's not valid to me. I don't care. Like, I've read enough articles. I've seen enough for them to write them off anytime that they say something. So it's not anything that I'm worried about or that I reference. It's like, oh, what does PC gamer think or PC Mag think? I mean, who cares what they think, you know? Go play your portable PCs if those are so much better. Go get those, you know, so. But once again, PC is such a boring platform. It's such a boring, comatose, dry, boring ass platform. So you got to talk about Nintendo in order to, you know, get views or in order to get content. Like, you can't just talk about PC gaming because PC gaming is boring as hell. Like, we all know this. Like, half the time that people talk about PC gaming, what do they want to talk about? Emulating Nintendo games or emulating games. They don't even want to talk about the new PC games that are coming out. They want to talk about emulating other stuff, you know? So PC gaming's dry and boring as hell, bro. Like, and that's why they do it, because they got to have something to talk about to get clicks. Because just talk about PC gaming, that doesn't get any clicks. PC Gamer Show, like PC Directs, like nobody cares about. Like, how much numbers are those? Nobody watches that crap. Nobody watches those shows. Not like Nintendo Directs, you know, not like Sony's events. So that's the reason why they got to talk about it, because otherwise nobody would care about what they got to say. It's boring. It's been boring. Let's see here. Let's see. The other day I got banned. I apologize if I offended you. I didn't word it the best way. You didn't get banned. You just got timed out. So you're good, man. Starfood with the 3.
I just thought it was funny. I don't care if someone likes PC more or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I don't care either. Like, once again, I don't make any content on PC gaming. I mean, we talk about it here, but I don't ever make any negative or bashing content on PC gaming. Why? Because I find it boring, and there's no point. I don't need to talk about PC gaming to get views. I don't need to clickbait Steam Deck or portable PCs to get views. I could clickbait portable PCs all day. Actually, I might just start doing that just to kind of troll some of these people back. But I mean, like, I don't have to do that to get views. I don't have to do that to feel fulfilled. Some of these people, they have to do that in order to feel better about their purchase because they're insecure. I'm not insecure about the Switch 2. I'm not insecure about the PS5 or whatever I play on. I'm very much secure, so I don't have to sit there and try to make excuses and say, well, I haven't bought one yet, but here I'm gonna. No, I don't got to do all that. I haven't got a more powerful PC. I don't got to make articles why I haven't bought a new graphics card. I don't care. Like, you know, it's boring. PC gaming's boring. It's been boring. I'll say it once. You can clip it. You can do whatever. It's boring. It's been boring, man. It's been boring. It's boring.
AI can be used for good and for bad. At the end of the day, it's up to the developers and artists to decide if it's a useful tool for them or just ditch the tech altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. Shinru, thank you for another $3 dono, man. I appreciate that. Shout outs. Thank you for another $3 dono, man. Big love. Also, Dane with the 5 months of membership. Thank you so much, Dane. I appreciate that. Now, when I say PC gaming is boring, and thank you to Shinru, thank you for the 3. Sorry, guys. Trust me, I'm hyped when you guys are dropping donos. I promise you, I'm hyped and I'm excited right now. The problem is that my voice is not allowing me to do the stuff that I usually do, so don't think that I'm trying to brush you guys off. It does sound like I'm just brushing off some of the donos, and I promise you, I'm not, you know. Give me 1 second. My wife is calling. I promise you guys that I'm not just brushing you guys off, okay? Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I got a lot of family stuff that's going on right now, so just making sure that we're getting everything all organized. Big love to Dane Gonzalez, though. Thank you for the 5 months of membership, man. I appreciate that. Shinru, thank you for the 3 once again. Excuse me. When it was submitted for consideration, representatives of Samfall Interactive agreed that no Gen AI was used in the development of Clear Obscure Expedition 33. In light of Samfall Interactive confirming the use of Gen AI on the day of the Indie Game Awards 2025 premiere, this does disqualify Clear Obscure Expedition 33 from its nomination. So they said that it didn't use AI, but that they actually did use AI. Okay, so it looks like they kind of lied a little bit. There was definitely either a miscommunication in terms of the style of Gen AI being used, or they just lied. One of the two. So yeah. Most of the PC Directs just announced games that are early access, which is unfinished and will later be on console when they're actually finished. Yeah, exactly. That's why I say it's boring. Like, nobody cares about those shows. Nobody cares. Has PC gaming ever been exciting? It's always been boring. No, it's never been exciting. Like, maybe outside of like Half-Life, or maybe outside of like Counter-Strike or Half-Life, like some of the stuff that Valve is. But like, when was the last time I was like, oh man, it's exciting for PC gaming? Like, it's never been that way. It's always like, oh yeah, we're better because graphics, or because I can spend $10,000 on a PC and get better. It's like that's how it's always been for like a long time. I know that there's times it is a bit exciting, you know, like maybe you get Steam sales where you can buy games that you probably won't play, but like it ain't never really exciting because like there's no, like, Valve doesn't make games. Like, nobody that is like hardcore PC makes games and has consistent exciting events like directs, or like, I mean, state of plays aren't always super exciting, but you know what I mean, like Wolverine, or having stuff like Sorrows, you know, things like that, right? Like, nobody does that on the PC side of things. Like, it's just like, oh, randomly you'll get like a game, and yeah, there's a lot of PC exclusive games, but it's like you don't really hear about them unless you're in that world. Like, you're like Evan, you know, Spawncast, like you're really into PC gaming, or like Arc Raiders, right? Like, that's exciting, but it's just like, okay, Arc Raiders, you know, like I get it. Like, there's a market for it. There's excitement for the people that are in it, but like there's nothing ever exciting enough for me to sit there and say, okay, like I'm gonna like hop in and like be excited to talk about it and stuff like that, or even to really play the games. Like, I don't care one way or another, you know. And I don't feel like and like I said, I don't need to clickbait, you know, PC, you know, Steam Deck, or I don't need to clickbait stuff 24/7 in order to get views. Like, I don't need to. The reason why people talk negative or positive about Nintendo is because it's exciting. Let's just keep it a buck. Even if you're a hater, it's exciting to talk about it that way. If you talk the same way negative about Valve, for example, you're just going to get a bunch of people hating on you and trying to probably overthrow your channel. For example, Valve just did something that was pretty anti-consumer. How many videos did you guys see that Valve did an anti-consumer move? They got rid of the $400 Steam Deck. Now, if you want a Steam Deck from Valve, you got to pay $550 minimum. I saw so many PC people say that, oh, well, Steam Deck is a good value compared to Switch 2 because it's $400. Even though they know good and well that that's a crusty ass old model, and that's going to be discontinued, and that most people are probably going to want to go with the 550 or 650 model. But in order to kind of, like I said, breed excitement, because their platform's boring as hell, they got to sit there and make up stuff. And now that Valve is pretty much sold out of the stock of that crusty ass $400 Steam Deck, where are all the videos? That's pretty anti-consumer, right? There's no cheaper model for them. That's pretty, trust me, if Nintendo got rid of their $400 model, there'd be 15 different videos. Whenever it does happen, there'd be a million videos, not 15, there'd be a million videos complaining about that. But how many videos of people make saying anti-consumer or complaining? You see what I'm saying? Like, you see the double standard there? So it's like, because it's boring. That's why nobody cares. It's boring. Nobody even buys a Steam Deck like that. It's people online just act like the Steam Deck sold like 30 million, but it hasn't, you know? So like that's what I'm just trying to talk about. It's boring, bro. Nobody even really cares. And the people that do, they don't want to make Daddy Valve look bad. They won't talk about that, you know? Daddy Gaben look bad. They don't want to do that. So yeah. Let's see. I think I saw like a handful of. I didn't see nothing. On Twitter, people talking about it. I usually see these things. There might have been some videos, but where's all the rage and anti-consumer? Where's all the trending topics and all that? I didn't see that. Yeah, so it's hard to type and tag you, but sorry, did you my membership milestone? Membership milestone. No, oh, my bad, I didn't. Shout outs, Casual Noob, my bad. Thank you for the 52 months. For better, feel better players since I'm back in the day. Computers. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Yeah, I read that one. Shout outs. Thank you for the 52 months, Casual Dude. Appreciate you, fam. The best thing about PC access to both Xbox and PS first party with gyro aiming. Usually, sometimes mouse doesn't map the gyro work properly. Yeah. I think it does suck because I've been considering getting the Steam Deck lately. You don't want that crusty one anyway. Save up an extra. If you want to get a Steam Deck, save up that extra money and get the Steam Deck OLED. If you want to get one, get the Steam Deck OLED. It's much better. The Steam Deck OLED's much better. So if you are into Steam Deck and you think that it's like a good value, then I would just say save up a little bit more and get the Steam Deck OLED. It's worth it. But like I said, they did remove that option. They're not making it anymore. They're not making a cheaper option out there. That's anti-consumer, so people can't get a cheaper option. So there should have been a bunch of videos complaining about that, right? Of course there's not. Let's see, like they're called PC gamers, so their target audience is for those crazy PC gamers. But bro, not all PC gamers despise Switch unless it's grifters. Oh, I'm well aware that not all PC gamers do that. Oh, I'm well aware. But like I said, that some of the PC people are the most schizos that I ran into. But yeah, I feel in that one. I think AI can be a useful tool in the right situation like DLSS, but Gen AI, yeah, DLSS is not the same thing. Yeah, it's not the same thing. But yeah. Yoshi with the 5 says, how's the throat feeling, OJ? Get well soon. Yeah, it's like, it's not great, but it's not too bad, man. I feel a lot better than it sounds, like it sounds like it's terrible, like it's the worst thing ever, and it's not great, but I feel a lot better than I sound. So shout outs to Yoshi, man. Thank you, I appreciate that. Combo breaks, 55 on the board. Let's go. 5 more combos for the 1 hour extension, which I'll try to do my best to go, guys. Excuse me. Says, what's up from Germany? Hey, what's up, man? Welcome. Let your Prime 4 been fire. Hey, shout outs. Glad you're liking it. I like it a lot too. Let's keep it real. Nintendo brings clicks and views. If it's positive or negative, it's been proven. Go look at non-Nintendo videos versus Nintendo videos. I mean, it brings a lot more clicks if it's negative, for sure. A lot more clicks if it's negative than if it's positive. But yeah. Which Steam Deck model you used to have? I used to have the 550, the $550 one. I don't know. I don't remember how much memory. Is it 512? I don't know how much. I forgot how much memory you get with that. But it's like it's like the lower OLED model. I had that one. But yeah, there was no need for it. I had a couple of not my friend. I mean, I don't know. Kind of like my acquaintances kind of called me out for that too. They were like, "Oh, you're selling your Steam Deck. That's there's no need for that. You can just keep it." I'm like, "Bro, what am I gonna keep it for when there's no need for me to keep it? Why should I keep it? Like, what's the point of me keeping the Steam Deck OLED? I don't need to. The Switch 2 is gonna be able to. One, I don't have a bunch of time to play games, so let's just keep that in mind. Like, I don't have as much time as I want to play games. Two, if the Switch 2 is gonna be able to get the games that I want to play and play it efficiently, and I can get the first party games without any issues as well, what's the point of having a Steam Deck? There's no point. And if I'm having a bunch of problems with docking it, or having issues like with the save file transfer and all this stuff going from my PC and back and all that, what's the point of keeping it? No physical games whatsoever. 0 physical games. So it's like, okay, am I gonna sit there and say, what if I want the games physical? Oh, should I just spend the money on Switch 2 and spend it on Steam Deck? It's like, there's no point in having it. I'm not saying that there's no point in other people having it. I'm not saying that other people can't enjoy it. I'm saying there's no point in me, because the reason why I bought it is because I thought Switch 2 might be kind of dookie when it comes to power or whatever, and not get maybe something like Persona, or not get, certain games. So I thought, okay, well, I'll buy it now, see how I like it, test it out, and see it compared to Switch 2. Once I saw Switch 2, I was like, yeah, there's no need for it. Sold it now while I could. Like, that's it. That's it. No big deal. So yeah. I've recommended Steam Deck 2 years ago, but Switch 2 is out now, and I really can't. When Steam Deck 2 releases, I'll probably get that though, if it's not too expensive. That thing's probably gonna be like, if it has an OLED, that thing's probably gonna be like $700, which I guess isn't too bad if you're into PC gaming. But yeah, the Steam Deck 2 is probably gonna be pretty powerful and good, but it's probably gonna be very pricey. No, it was a good call to sell the Steam Deck towards, but yeah, exactly. Considering how much everything is, like, I was able to pick up the Switch 2, no problem, be able to pick up what games I want, and it wasn't too bad in terms of everything, like all the prices. So, no, it was a good. I don't regret it one bit. I don't care how many people tell me, call me names and call me shill and fanboy. I don't care. I'll sell whatever I want. You sell whatever you want. Like, plain and simple. Like, y'all being, some people are weird as hell. I don't care. You can sell Switch 2 a million times. I don't care if you bought 10 Switch 2s and sold them every single time. You can sell Switch 2 for crumbs. You can sell Switch 2 for a burger. I don't care what you do. That's not my problem. I don't care.
My advice is, instead of getting a Steam Deck, get a ROG Ally Z1 Extreme and put Steam OS on it. If someone really wants a cheap PC handheld.
That's true. You can do that too. You can do that as well. Also, Casual Noob with the
Combo
Ninja Peach.
Breaker, let's go Xenoblade music, please.
All right, I got you. Shout out to Casual Noob, man. I appreciate you. Combo breaks coming through. Xenoblade music as well. How about Zanza? Zanza the Divine music. Yo, thank you so much, Casual Noob. Also, Shaw X with the 10 says, damn that, OJ, you're a grown man. You don't owe these people an explanation. I really don't. I'm going to make another video, too. Talk about I don't regret it either. I'll see them cry all they want. That will be disliked like hell. I don't care. I'll make another video. I'll tell you exactly. As a man, I'll do whatever I want. Like I said, y'all do whatever you want with your. If all you guys sold your Switch 2s and said, haha, I did that, I'm gonna sell it regardless. I'll be like, okay, that's your decision. So what? You know. So it's right that I don't owe them nothing, but I don't care. Like it don't. Like, you know, it don't really matter to me. I decided to make the video. That was the one video. That was my one opportunity to make the Steam Deck video. So that's why I took it. I ain't made nothing on it yet. So I'll probably make another video later. Like at the end of the year. Like now at this point, I'll be like, do I regret my decision? And it's going to be a hell no. I've been having a ton of fun with the Switch 2. And you can't emulate Switch 2 games on Steam Deck. So that whole, you can just emulate games. Like the whole argument with Switch 1 versus Steam Deck. That don't count. That's not valid right now, at least, because you can't emulate Switch 2 games on Steam Deck. And it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to emulate them ever on Steam Deck. And if they do, they're probably going to run like trash. So yeah, like, don't regret it at all. Shout outs to Shaw X. Thank you for the 10. Tying up, my man. Cyber T at the top of the stream. Ninja board with the 10. Anybody does $10 or more, you can beat out that highest dono of the stream. Highest amounts. Shout outs to Shaw X, man. I appreciate you, fam. I wish I could just enjoy gaming. I'm 30. As a man of faith, I'm constantly plagued with the thought that I could be doing something far more meaningful with my time. It's tough. Here's the thing, Historical Radish. I feel you as well. I'm also a man of faith. But the thing about it is this. One of the cool things about that is that you've got to balance your time. When you feel like you've done a lot of good stuff in terms of, like, let's say charity work, or let's say your family or whatever, you can also balance that with having some fun. So go get your work done. Get your job done. Whatever job you have working, get that done. You do community work in your community, go get that done. And then when you have some time to yourself, once a week, you know what I'm saying? Like, have a little bit of time to sit down and relax and enjoy a video game. So to me, it's like work hard and then play hard too. So get your work in for the week. Do what you need to do. Like I said, whether that's work with your church, get all that stuff done. And then take one day out of the week to treat yourself to a game or two. And I think you'll find that has great balance. For me, it's making sure that, yeah, I do have my obligations to what I do outside of it in terms of faith. I have my obligations to my family. I have my obligations to work and to you guys. There's times when, hell yeah, I don't want to stream. I'll keep it a buck. There's times where I just don't feel like streaming. I feel like just playing video games. But no, you guys support me. You guys are members. I need to also be here too as well. Now, I like being here. I love being here. I love being here with you guys. Talking with you guys makes me feel better. You know what I'm saying? But there are some times where I'm like, okay, I just want to like playing games all day. But you can't. You got to take care of that. And I feel like this is important for all of us. For me, for you guys, for everything, what we have here. So take care of your business. And once you take care of your business, you feel better about taking a little bit of time, a few hours, for some leisure to play a game. That's one of the real reasons why I don't play, 90 hours of games a week, because I gotta get my work in. I gotta get my stuff in, So I feel very vindicated when I do get time to play games. I'm like, okay, I got my work done. I got my vids done. I took care of my family. My son's fed. My wife's fed. My family's good. I've done my other obligations I have to other things. Now I can play a game for, 2 hours or something, 3 hours. So you ain't got to worry about nobody else that's anti-game, and that has nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with you. Those other people got nothing to do with you. The problem, listen, we're not going to get into this because we don't do religion here in terms of talking about it, so let's not go too far into this. But you ain't got to worry about what nobody else there is doing. You know what I'm saying? Historical, you don't got to worry about nobody else and what they're doing. So what if the other people there are anti-game? That has nothing to do with you. You don't got to tell them that you play video games. That's your business, And there's nothing in the good book that says that you can't play a video game. And I read it. I went through it many times. There ain't nothing in that book that says that you can't play a video game.
Shout out to OJ for being a real one.
Shout outs to Miyamoto as well for being a real one too. Thank you for the ninja piece. Appreciate that. There's nothing in there that says that you can't play a game, bro. So keep that in mind.
Bro, I have woke up some morning, look outside and think, what if I just quit my job and never look back? Lol.
Exactly, man. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm telling you, fam. I've had those thoughts too. I've had those thoughts. Like, what if I just disappeared and just like traveled the world like Ryu, like Street Fighter or something like that? I'd probably be miserable. That's probably a bad idea. Don't do that. Shout outs, guys. Combo breaks. Let's go. Also, you guys know what's next. Noah and Mio, 1 hour extension, baby. We out here. 81 on the board. Well, so many people are convinced they can emulate Switch 2 soon. Yeah, that's not happening. I don't think that's happening. Hold up, this song's gonna get me copyrighted, but all right, I'm gonna roll with this one right here instead. I agree with you, OJ. Only Switch 1 games can be emulated on portable PC right now, but I feel like when technology is advancing, it may be possible. Yeah, maybe it might be, but apparently Switch 2 uses some pretty crazy tech. So I mean, right now, like the 5090 graphics cards, they can't do it either, right? So, like, it's gonna probably be a while. Based off of what I've heard, it's gonna be a little bit. But even then, you're gonna have to jump through all sorts of hoops and hurdles, just like Steam Deck, just like PC. It's not like it's like a simple, like you got to do a bunch of stupid stuff to get it to work and to get it to work good. So it's like, it's not even like I'm too lazy to do all that, and most people are too lazy to do all that. The large majority of people don't play video games enough to worry about that, because they'll buy a few games a year and that's it. So they'd rather just buy the system, get their few games, get their Madden, get their Smash Bros, get their 3D Mario. They don't want to have to deal with all that PC crap. Like 99% of people are that way. If most people felt that way, Switch 1 would have failed. It would have flopped. If most people felt that PC tinkering was the way to go, Steam Deck would have been outselling the Switch 1. But most people do not care. 99% of people don't care. That's why Switch 1 absolutely obliterated the Steam Deck in sales. And that's why Switch 2 absolutely obliterated all PC handhelds combined in sales in about a month or 2 months, right? Just blew them out of the water. Most people don't care. They don't have the time, and they don't want to sit there and tinker with the PC in order to get it to play a game. They just want to go buy their 1 or 2 games a year, or 3 games a year tops. That's how most people are. Now the hardcore gamers, sure, they'll go out there and tinker and do all that. But even some hardcore gamers like myself don't feel like doing that. You get a job, you got other things that you're doing, you got a family. It's just some money, right? Like, it's not that big of a deal, where you have to sit there and do all that. Like, you're not going to take it to the grave with you. I don't know, maybe you spend about what, $2,000, $3,000 on video games over the course of a generation, whatever. You're not going to, that $2 or $3 grand ain't going to go with you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to all of a sudden change your life, 6 years down the line after the generation. Like, oh man, I changed my life. So most people don't think that way. They just think, okay, I'll buy what I buy and I'll get my entertainment out of what I get my entertainment out of. That's that. And that's it. That's it. They're not like, oh, I got to sit there and I know emulation's not stealing, but whatever. You know what I'm saying, guys, right? Like, I know most people don't think that way. They just get what they want to get, and that's that. And whatever they spend, they'll work and they'll make it back, or they'll sell something else, or they'll do extra work, or they'll put in some overtime, or they'll do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people think that everyone's a tinkerer, and it's just not the case. Sure, it might happen in the future, but by then Switch 2 had already been selling like how many, right? Like it already been probably sold like what, 50, 60 million maybe, something like that. So yeah. They can't even emulate Prime 4 on Switch 1 normally. Yeah, there's some issues with Prime 1. I also read the Bible several times over, and what it says is don't make idols, aka loving something more than God. As long as video games aren't taking the place of God in your life, it's fine. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing in there that says that you can't play. So I don't think you should feel guilty or anything like that, you know. So yeah. See how I say that some of that stuff too, right, Jackson? Say we don't need to be idolizing anything, you know what I'm saying, outside of what you believe in. So it's one of those things, man. But it is what it is. Unless you're going to be old hat, they want to use AI just to be able to generate a version of any game. AI to generate a version of any game. I mean, maybe. But I don't know. I know some people do, some people don't. So yeah. Some people do, some people don't. So I'm sorry you're sick. I hope you start feeling better. I feel better already, guys. I feel really good. I feel really good already. So it's all good. Shout outs. Thank you guys for the 81 on the combo board. Let's go. 19 away from the combo breaks from the platinum streak. 83 would that be? Thank you guys so much, man. Speaking of Skies of Arcadia, the music that's in the background, we need a new Skies of Arcadia. We need a HD remaster of Skies of Arcadia. How would you guys like that for 2026? I think the Switch 2 is perfect for AA RPGs to come back. Like, I swear, if developers would just get their head out of their butt, some of them, and honestly just say, yo, 2026 is the year we say Switch 2 is the main platform. I'm telling you, man. I swear the sales would skyrocket with their games. A lot of, like I said, you'll get games running at 8K if it's developed with Switch 2 in mind first. Well, not 8K, but you'll get games on PS5 and Xbox Series. They'll be running at 4K, 120 FPS, or 4K 60. No problem if they just had Switch 2 in mind first and foremost. And I'm not talking about the biggest AAA graphics pushers, shooters. Those games are great, you know, PS5 or PC. I'm talking about the AA stuff. I'm talking about, you know, the Trails in the Sky. I'm talking about bringing back some of the stuff like Star Ocean. You should make Star Ocean. Build that for the Switch 2 in mind first. Stop building that for PlayStation. They've been stopped buying that game on there. Build a Star Ocean in mind for Nintendo fans first and foremost that like those type of RPGs. And I'm telling you, the sky's the limit with some of these games. You're gonna spend less on development. You're gonna be able to port it easier over to Xbox and PlayStation. You're gonna get a lot of the old school fans interested again. Skies of Arcadia needs to come back. Valkyria Chronicles needs to come back with lead platform Switch 2. What else, man? There's a lot of good JRPGs. Xenosaga needs to come back, lead platform Switch 2. Like, I can go on and on about different games that were like AAA RPGs back in the day that can be rebooted as like a AA RPG now with graphics like PS3 level-ish or somewhere between PS3 PS4 level-ish. Runs at like 1080p 60 FPS, right? Perfect frame rate, good enough resolution, or 1440p 60 FPS, PS3 level graphics, good texture environment details. I'm telling you, man, that would be so good for Switch 2. And start the games off at $60, man. 3 to 4 year development cycles, you know, not even 4 year, 3 year development cycles. We don't need 5, 6, 7 year development cycles. If they do that, I'm telling you, bro, $60 games, $50 games, that is going to be something that'd be super exciting and I think would revitalize a lot of the industry right now, man. Yeah, Golden Sun, absolutely. I agree with that too. I feel like the future economy might decline, so it's better to just save your money and just enjoy what you have right now because gaming in the future might not be so affordable anymore. Yeah, maybe. No spawn cast tonight. I got work. I got not work. I got family stuff to do tonight. Well, Sony does have that new mode for DESV to target lower resolution to optimize. Yeah, we'll see how it all works out though, and like actually how their portable works and stuff. It's an important topic with RAM squeeze and ascendance of the Switch 2 games more than ever should be built ground up for mid-tier powered platforms and scaled up to the rest. That's what I'm saying. Like, we've already hit a pretty big graphical peak. Look at the PS5. Sony put out a PS5 Pro and it's like barely needed. Like they put out a PS5. It's literally barely needed. It's not needed. The PS5 runs Sony's best games at like 1440p, 60 frames per second or whatever, right? Like, you look at Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima runs already beautiful on the graphics mode. Like, it runs great on the graph and the performance mode. It already runs really good. The PS5 Pro wasn't even really needed at all. Like, they just did it so they can make some extra money, you know, and beta test their AI upscaling to be against, you know, DLSS or to be a replacement for FSR or whatever, right? That's all they did. It's just a beta test for the PS6 that's going to go hardcore into that. So that's all they really did it for, the beta test, you know, to have more power to play with. But like, I'm telling you, man, like, it's not even really, at this point, we already get all their games like at good resolutions and good frame rate. You look at like the PS4, they were running games at 30 FPS with dips. Bloodborne, Horizon, you know, God of War a bit, I think. And that might have been unlocked frame rate. I forgot exactly, but not PS4 Pro, but just PS4. A lot of their games were 30 FPS, so it made sense. Okay, PS5, 60 FPS, 1080p, 1440p, whatever, maybe even 4K for some games, right? But with the PS5, everything's been really good. There's been no issues whatsoever throughout the whole gen, you know? And the only time that they did have issues was because of like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you know, and like, yeah, that was looking kind of crusty, but like that's a different case because of their first time making a big open world and optimization and certain things like with Unreal Engine. So I don't think that's even Sony's issue, because we saw other games like Death Stranding, or we saw other games like, you know, Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei come out open worlds and run and look just fine, you know, just like, you know, better than Final Fantasy VII Remake or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you know, on base PS5. So yeah. You said something interesting. It's good that consoles like Switch exist because they make developers create games with those specs in mind. Yeah. I guess we hit a point, but I think that things will change when GTA 6 comes out, because other devs will become obsessed with trying to mimic it. You can't mimic GTA 6 though, Felipe. That game has been in development for like a decade. No dev has the money and willpower and the talent to make GTA 6. GTA 6 is a one-of-a-kind game. You know, it's a one-of-a-kind game, and I don't see other developers try. I mean, because like, what developers even did up to the level of GTA 5? How many developers did what GTA 5 did? Barely any. They don't even really try anymore because they know they can't beat out GTA 5. What's the point? But back in the day, in the PS2 era, we saw a lot of GTA clones. We saw Saints Row. We saw True Crime, Streets of LA. We saw what was it like? What were those? There was some not like The Getaway or whatever. We saw a lot of other developers come out in the 6th gen and try to do a GTA game because it was affordable or more affordable and you could make it. But in the PS3, 360, and really in the PS4 and Xbox One, they gave up. They gave up because none of them could even match what GTA 5 was doing. It takes too much time, too much effort, too much money. You're not going to be able to match GTA. You're better off using those funds to create something different, because you're not going to get to their level. That game is too advanced. It's been in development for too long, and most developers do not have the time, and they do not have the financial backing of shark cards to sit there and develop games for 10 years, you know? That's insane. You know how many people have been waiting for GTA and passed away in the process? How many fans of GTA 5 have died waiting for GTA 6? Like, it's messed up, man. You know? It's like, and I'm like, that's no cap on that one. Those legit good, like, hardcore fans of GTA that have been waiting, and didn't even get to play it because they passed away somehow or some way in between the time that it took from GTA 5 to GTA 6. Like, everybody ain't got that lifetime. Like I said, we don't live that long in comparison to how frequent GTA is. You know what I'm saying, Felipe? Like, if we live for like 500 years, then yeah, no problem. A decade, no big deal. But we don't. A decade is a long time. That is a significant chunk of your life. You know, future humans will live that long, but we unfortunately do not. So I don't have 10, 12 years to be sitting here and getting all hyped up and bending over for GTA. Like, I'll play whatever I want. When GTA it comes out, it comes out. If it don't, it don't. That's why I don't be getting hyped about GTA. Like, I'm not buying all their stupid shark cards. Like, I'll play whatever comes out, but I'm not hyping myself up for GTA. Taking 12 years. Like, that's crazy. By the time the game comes up, my freaking daughter, she was a kid. Now she's going to be in high school. Like, what the hell? Like, like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous waiting that long for one game. Will it be worth it? Sure. It'll probably be worth it for a lot of people out there, but not for me. I'll just play it whenever, if I feel like it. I'm not sitting there and betting over and worshiping GTA, you know? Waiting 12 years? That's insane. So, I mean, that's a stupid idea for a lot of developers to try to mimic. Mimic that? 12 years? No, I'm good. We don't need that. Gaming, like, I'll keep it a buck. Gaming isn't that important. Like, there ain't no game. GTA, I don't care what anybody says. There ain't no game that's worth waiting 12 years for. I don't care how good GTA is. That's ridiculous. That's insane. That's ridiculous. 12 years. 12 plus years. 13 years? When did GTA 5 come out? Let's see. Neon Falcon, who uses Dodge Nintendo platforms, now focus on Switch 2. I think more JRPG devs will hop on board. Switch 2 as the main platform. Yeah, I think JRPG devs, yes. Any chance Xbox releases a Fable Collection 1 through 3 on Switch 2? It's possible before Fable comes out. The Chinese will? Chinese will do what? Oh, well, yeah, but they won't. But they'll use AI. And listen, sure, we'll get GTA clones, but they're gonna use AI to get. They're not gonna take 12 years, and it's gonna be very obvious that they're using AI. So yeah, absolutely. The Chinese developers, they're gonna be using AI like a like that new Horizon game that's coming out, that mobile or that MMO. I think that whole thing was built with AI. That's a whole AI game, bro. That is a whole generative. Bro, I'm telling you, man, that is a whole generative AI game right there. I think it is. So yeah, the Chinese developers, they're gonna be like, you know, AI go brr, you know. Oh yeah, it's absolutely worth it for the ball and gun gamers. Yeah, it's absolutely worth it for them because that's all they look forward to is ball and gun, you know. all my physical therapists and doctors talked to at the hospital have Steam Deck, and I told them at the hospital have Steam Deck, and I told them I don't tinker. Okay. Yo, Brotendo Shillington with the $25, and he says, "Oh, I'm getting roasted right here. 12 years for Fire Emblem 4 remake. Feel better, bro." All right, I got cooked right there. I'll keep it a buck. I got cooked right there. Shout outs to Brotendo Shillington. Oh man, I got roasted. Okay, yes. Whenever Nintendo's gonna decide to do that one, I'll let you guys know. But shout outs to Brotendo Shillington. You are now the new Hulk Hogan Stream Ninja with the big 25. I appreciate that. Sweep of the board. Yo, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Brotendo. Oh, man, I got cooked on that one. Listen, guys. When it happens, I'm going to be upset that... Listen, but it was never announced, though. So that's like my saving grace was that it was never actually announced, Brotendo. So I can't sit there and say that I've been waiting for it for that long because it was never officially announced. So yeah, I'm gonna pass the blame to Nate from Nate the Hate. I'm gonna pass it to them because that's where the whole thing first started. So it's his fault more so than anybody's fault in terms of what's happening there. Okay, and so we're gonna pass the blame to Nate the Hate. We're gonna pass it to him, let him know that it's his fault. Excuse me. Shout outs though, guys. I appreciate that. 5 on the JoJo board. 83 on the Streak Buster too, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. And big love. We did hit the combo break and of course the limit break as well. Appreciate that. Let's go. Party Man waited 11 years, bro. 11 actual years. Let's see here. They took it down after their, I think you meant reaching an agreement with Sony. Yeah, I know that they took it down after reaching an agreement. Well, no. That's that's the other game. I'm talking about Sony's Horizon MMO. I'm not talking about the other game, that the Light of Mortam or whatever that was, the Tencent game. I'm not talking about that Tencent game. Sony has a Horizon MMO that they're making. That's definitely AI. I think they already said that they're using AI. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, also, no, where was the outrage with them stifling, where Sony stifling that Light of Mortam game or whatever? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Of course, nobody cares. Oh man, crazy, bro. 11 years for Mario Kart. I was complaining that Mario Kart should be coming out well before that. I was complaining. I'm like, it shouldn't have taken so long. So I was complaining about Mario Kart beforehand, bro. I wasn't sitting there saying, oh man, it's okay that it took that many years. No. Were you here, Felipe? Literally, me and Party, we'd be like, when's the next Mario Kart's got to come out, blah, 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 blah. We've been talking about that. We were tired of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Why are they taking so long? No, like, I wasn't on board with that. I was not on board with that. Was not on board with that at all. Shout outs to Brotendo. I waited 25 years to get Mario in 4K and Zelda. 25 years. 25 years. Waited a while. That's true. That's different though. You're talking about just like a resolution compared to like an actual announcement of a game. It's a new slop topic I recommend on my feed. Nintendo is covering up game keycard info on stores. Oh God. Lord have mercy. I bet Holy War Remake drops in 2029. Listen, if it drops in 2029, I'll be very happy. But it's like one of those things to where it's like, what's going on, man? Like, why is it taking so long to come out? It's taking a hot minute. It's taking a hot minute to come out, you know? So yeah, it's taking a while. Shout outs to Brotendo. Anybody does 25 or more, you can beat up my man Brotendo on the board. Yo, let's go. 25 on both boards. Appreciate you, fam. Wait, 25 years? That's my life. That's your whole life. 25 years. Oh, you're young. You're young, Ava. I got a couple more hours left in Super Mario RPG. It's a nice game to break up my daunting backlog. It is. That's why I told you, like, Super Mario RPG, you can get through it pretty quickly. You can get through it quickly. It's not a long game. It flows. It gels. It's smooth. It's like a smooth drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so good. So good. I hate that YouTube be showing me how long a video has been going. I hate that YouTube don't be showing me how long a video has been going anymore. They don't do that. If you hover over it, I think maybe, is that for like mobile or something? Usually, if you hover over it with your mouse, you can see how long it's been going, right? Or do you mean a stream? I think the voice hit the limit breaker. Yeah, my voice is, I'll be honest, right now it's kind of, I'm in the stretch here. I'm in the stretch here, but I'm doing my best, guys, because I'm going to take a few days off or a couple days off. I'm going to take tomorrow off for sure. I'm going to take Monday off maybe, so we'll see. Yeah, I noticed no one outraged or covering Sony using AI to censor games, and Sony getting light of Mortram or whatever it's called removed off Steam, EGS. But Nintendo did, yeah. They're doing it right. Look at the whole Power World situation. It's the same thing. Literally, the only difference between Power World is that Sony was suing on the case of it's like literally copying. Nintendo's suing on the case of it's like you're copying us through how to play the game. But they're literally like, if you're mad at one of them, you should be mad at the other. In my opinion, at least in my opinion. I know some people have difference of opinion on that, but to me, the gameplay in Light of Mortam or whatever, it's a Souls game. It's more like a Souls game. It is not it doesn't play like Horizon. And so basically, Sony's trying to have a monopoly on the game looking a certain way. Like, you can't have robot dinosaurs and, you know, a woman dressed up in like high tech or like jungle or like you know, tribal gear, you know. So like to me at this point, like I said, I don't care either way. I don't care about the Power World lawsuit. I don't care about the Sony lawsuit. I'm seeing a lot of double standards. That's all I'm saying, you know. That's all I'm talking about. But like I said, whatever. Of course, because it's like Sony puts their games on PC, so people are okay with that. I guarantee you, if Nintendo put their games on PC, there wouldn't be anywhere near as much people getting all crazy about it. If all of their Pokemon games were on PC, and if all their games on PC, more people would just be like, oh yeah, it copied. More people would not be as upset. But I think it's because Sony or Nintendo does not put their games on PC is one of the big reasons why they're like acting crazy like that, you know. Absolutely, we talked about how we're upset that it took forever to come out, you know. OJ with the flu stream. I just got a sore throat, man. Well, 25 and a half, but yeah, I try to follow the motto of don't be selfish to future self after a ton of health issues. My teens, yeah, there you go, Ava. OJ, you looking forward to Pokemon Gen 10? Hell yeah, I'm looking forward to Pokemon Gen 10. That can be the biggest release of the year, man. That can be, depending on how it looks like, it's going to all be dependent on graphics for many people. But even outside of the graphic stuff, like Pokemon Day in February is going to be massive, because that's going to give us our first look at a Pokemon game built for the Switch 2 in mind, which it's probably going to look more like a Switch 1 game, but at this point we'll take it, right? Like, I'll take a game that looks like it's built for the Switch 1 when it comes to Pokemon, because Pokemon Scarlet and Violet looks like it's built for like something like a GameCube slash maybe like somewhere between like a Wii and a GameCube maybe. So like, yeah, somewhere between like a Wii and a Wii U. Somewhere in between like a Wii and a Wii U. So if we could actually get a game that looks like it's built for like a Switch 1, like I think that would be impressive for Pokemon standards. So that's why I'm looking forward to it. Because Switch 1 games look good. This is a matter of resolution and performance. But Switch 1 games are fine. There's nothing wrong with Switch 1 games. They play good for the most part. But some games, obviously, like Age of Calamity, you know, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they don't run good. But in terms of the structure and if the resolution's okay, they're fine, right? Like Age of Calamity is fine, just needs to run better. That's why Age of Imprisonment, better resolution, same structure, same geometry and stuff, right? But better resolution, a little bit better detail here and there, runs great, significantly better improvement to the game compared to Age of Calamity, right? Excuse me. So I think that's really like, I'm okay with that. So if the game just is a Switch 1 game with good resolution and good performance, I think then that's fine. It'll look good and it'll run good, you know? Star Fox Adventures 2 when? We need to get the first one first, right? So yeah. Oh, I mean, of course, Felipe. Yeah, of course. Pokemon, I mean, there's never been a single Pokemon release without a lot of controversy. Like, the only Pokemon releases that didn't have controversy were, like the DS games. Like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, like, those games. Like, some of those didn't have controversy. But, like, or, like, the GBA games. Stuff like that. Or, like, the Game Boy games. But, pretty much everything from, like, the 3DS and up have all had some type of controversy, you know? He says there's no way people will like it. There's always a catch of Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet sold like 20, how much did Scarlet and Violet sell? Though? Like, Scarlet and Violet sold like 20-something million units. So, I mean, I think people like the game. I think the problem is that you're feeding into online discourse. I don't think you're feeding into actually people that are enjoying the game. I mean, you don't sell 20-something million copies and people don't like it. So, you know. Let's see. Of course, there's always a catch. You got to use your Pokeballs to catch. Oh, that's true. You got to use the Pokeballs to catch. I think people are just salty about the whole Power World lawsuit. Yeah, I mean, people are definitely salty about that. I think people definitely are salty about it. I agree. I agree. People are salty about it. And like I said, I think that's really what it comes. I guess, but I don't think they'd be as salty if Nintendo put all their games on PC. I think they'd be, some people would still be salty, but it wouldn't be anywhere near as bad, because like I saw the same thing like with the Horizon situation. Do you think they can do graphics like the Ease games? I think they're probably gonna go for like a Pokemon Snap type of look. I'm guessing that's what they're gonna look like. that's my guess. People nowadays are too emotionally invested in things that don't affect their lives in any way. Yeah. This is gonna get me copyrighted too. Let's see. Any new Waluigi games coming? Yo, the Waluigi games. Nothing that I know of. There is a Wario game. It's not new, but there is a Wario game that came out on the NSO called Wario World. So maybe you should check that game out. Wario World. It's a good one. It's a good one. Very good one. So, yeah. Technically, Mario Tennis. Yeah, but that game's not named after Waluigi. That's just, he's a sidekick in there. So, they got Wario World, that's the actual sidekick, or the other character that's the main character. So, Waluigi is not a great character. He's a stupid character that still has not had a game yet because he's so dumb. They can't think of anything for him, really, because he's a dumb character with a stupid gimmick. Wario's definitely more interesting than Waluigi, but yeah, I don't see a new Waluigi game anytime soon. I don't see one anytime soon. I think it's going to be a while before we see a trash Waluigi game. You know? I'd instantly give the Waluigi game, you know, a 1 out of 10. I don't even have to play it. I'll just give it a 1 out of 10. You know? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Waluigi rules. Have you seen the trailer for Trails in the Sky Remake 2? No, I haven't, because I haven't beat the first game and I don't want spoilers, so yeah. Why are they salty that Nintendo doesn't put their games on PC? Because PC gamers feel like they should get everything. They get Xbox's games on PC, they get Sony's games on PC. Of course, they get all the games that are built for PC, so they want to be able to play it. That's why you always see them, you know, saying I'm emulating and stuff like that. It's because they just want to be able to have access to everything. It doesn't matter if they're going to play it or not, even if they even like it. Just being able to have access, they feel better than everybody else. That's why. Hey, what's up, Jay Turner? Sorry to hear you're under the weather. Hope you feel better. Best wishes. Hey, appreciate you, fam. Good to see you here in the chat, man. Shout out to John Turner, man. Good to see you here. Thoughts on Mega Dimensions DLC? I haven't played it yet, so yeah. People obsessed with one note and characters is insane. I couldn't care less about Waluigi, Daisy, etc. Hey, yo, I like me some Princess Peach, but yeah, I feel you on that one. But OJ, there is a Waluigi pinball stage in Mario Tennis Fever. There's a Waluigi pinball stage in Mario Tennis Fever. We don't need to play that stage in Mario Tennis Fever. We can just skip that stage. That stage is probably the worst stage in the game, right? Waluigi gonna be in the next Smash for... Listen, all I request for the next Smash, like, not all I request, but when it comes to Legend of Zelda, we need King Rauru. We need... Dude, if you guys have used King Rauru in Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, yo, we need King Rauru and we need Artie. We need Artie, and we need the Knight Construct. We need the Knight Construct, King Rauru, and Artie from Age of... Or Urbosa. One of those. We need Artie or Urbosa, but we definitely need King Rauru. Like, I don't think you make a next Smash game and there's no King Rauru. I'd be like, yo, what's this? King Rauru for sure. But we need a Gerudo woman. We need Ganon actually made, like, we need, like, Age of Calamity Ganon or Age of Imprisonment Ganon or Tears of the Kingdom Ganon. Probably, like, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom Ganon. We need King Rauru. It's just needed, bro. It's just needed. Too many sword characters. King Rauru doesn't use the sword. King Rauru uses a long spear type weapon, so he doesn't use a sword. Knight Construct can use a multitude of weapons. He can use a sword. He can use a spear. He can use great sword. You know, so he can use a bunch of different weapons. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need Knight Construct and we need King Rauru. Knight Construct is freaking incredible. That's a great character to have in a game. Tears of the Kingdom Ganon is boring. No, he's not, bro. What are you talking about? My brother just finished Metroid Prime 4 Hyrule Wars. Both are great games. Plan to play FF7 remake demo of this Xmas. Switch 2 is a treat. Keep up the great work. Work with your vids. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, fam.
I just want
Justin with the 3.
Ravenbeak for Smash.
Or hold up, Justin with the 3. Raven. Okay, yeah, I think Ravenbeak needs to be in there. I think Ravenbeak with the Dread / Metroid Prime 4 moveset. Yeah, that needs to happen as well. That also needs to happen. I agree. Ravenbeak should be in there. Ridley, get Ridley's butt out of there. Get Ridley's butt out of there. Ridley out. You know, there's no need for Ridley. Too big, and he looks too stupid because he's small and tiny on there. So no Ridley. Put in Ravenbeak, Samus, like Metroid Dread Samus. Metroid Dread / Metroid Prime 4 Samus. That would be good. Absolutely. Miles McKenzie. Yeah, Miles McKenzie should be like an assist trophy. Like, Miles McKenzie should definitely be like, I don't know, like, Miles McKenzie needs to be an assist trophy. Hits him with like, you know, like a mechanical grenade or something like that. Calamo would be goated. I mean, Calamo would be pretty cool. I just don't see them putting Calamo in, but I mean, Calamo would be dope though. I'd be down with Calamo too. Read you over Artie. Artie is goated, bro. She's awesome. I mean, listen, we need one of them. But give me Artie or give me Urbosa. Give me one of those two. Riju, she's too tiny. Give me a grown Gerudo woman. Ridley is not that bad. Ridley, here's the reason why Ridley's bad. Ridley is a big old like monster that's the size of a screen. Look at Ridley in Smash 4, then look at Ridley in Smash Ultimate. How does that even make sense, the cool guy? Like, I get that you guys like Ridley. Shoutouts to the one and only Etika. He really wanted Ridley to be in there, but Ridley looks ridiculous. Ridley is a... Okay, so, listen, guys, listen. I'm sad that I got to do this, and I'm sorry to all you Ridley fans, but Ridley, Metroid Prime 3 boss battle. Okay, so take a look at Ridley. Take a look at Ridley here, and I have to do this to you guys. Here's Ridley in Metroid Prime 3 boss battle, right? Look at how big Ridley is. Look at how big Ridley is. Ridley is literally grabbing Samus, and look at how big Ridley is here. Like, this is meta Ridley, but you know, meta Ridley. Look at how big Ridley is. Look, Ridley's massive. How are you telling me that you go from this? Look at how massive Ridley is. How are you going from that to Ridley in Smash Ultimate? Ridley Smash Ultimate. Let's do a combo. Like, then look at Ridley in Smash Ultimate. Dude, what is this? Are you kidding me? Little Mac is 5'7". How's this even a thing? Look at this. Come on now, man. This is not it. This is insane. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but it's just Sakurai was right. Ridley's too big. This just looks like a little baby Ridley that's nowhere near as intimidating as I mean, it's a cool character. Like, I like Ridley as a character, but Little Mac is 5'6", 5'7". Little Mac's a tiny guy, and he's literally like, the body size is almost the size as Ridley. Like, this is ridiculous. You know? So this is the issue that I have. This is not Ridley. Ridley should be in Smash, but this is how Ridley should be in Smash. Ridley, Smash for Wii U. This is how Ridley should just be a boss. Like, maybe you can control Um, you know, where's Smash for Wii U? Okay, here we go. So it should just be like this. It should just be like you see Ridley come out, and maybe you can play like a stage hazard as Ridley, right? Like, see, look at how big Ridley is in. Look at how big Ridley is in Smash 4. Look, that's Ridley in Smash 4. Look how big Ridley is. Look how big Ridley is in Smash 4.
No joke, but I think Rick from Kirby will be in Smash Bros. As a joke character with the other animal buddies a part of his moveset.
Yeah, maybe.
Lol.
Yo, thank you for the 3. But look at how big Ridley is. Come on now, guys. Ridley should just be a playable boss. They should have like boss characters playable, like Master Hand and stuff. And then like if you want to play like a fun like boss mode, okay, you can use Ridley as a boss mode. But I mean, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. You know, Ridley's too big. It makes no sense. So that's Justin with the 3. So they need to get like Silas or maybe like Silex in there. Get you know, Ravenbeak, Silex, get some other Metroid representatives in there outside of Ridley. Says, I mean, to be fair, Olimar is canonically smaller than an inch. That's true, but the difference between Olimar is that Olimar looks small on the screen. Like, he looks tiny. Yeah, he's only like an inch tall or whatever. Like, he's a tiny little speck. I get that. But Olimar looks tiny on the screen. So, going from a bigger size to a much smaller size is much more jarring than going from a small size to another small size. Ridley goes from a massive whole on-screen type of enemy to a tiny little thing. Olimar goes from a tiny little speck to a tiny character. Olimar's still tiny in Smash Brothers, so it's not as jarring as seeing a character that's literally the size of a screen, right? Like the size of like a whole, almost a third of a screen. So I think there's a big difference there, you know, in my opinion. But I see what you're saying, though. Like, I get it from that point, you know? Your voice sounds much better than the start of the stream. Start of the stream in FF video, yeah. That's because I'm trying a little bit here, but yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, I get it, though. Like, I feel you guys on some of the stuff that you guys are saying, you know? I'm gonna jump back into Trails when I get some time this weekend, maybe tomorrow. I've had no time. So you think Ridley was not well implemented as a fighter? No, Ridley was well implemented as a fighter. Yes, I just think Ridley looks ridiculous. They just look ridiculous considering how big Ridley is. But they were implemented well as a fighter. They were implemented well. Yes, like Ridley's a fun character to use. Yoshi with the $5 or 5 Aussies. So if Ridley's too big to be in Smash, so is Bowser. Bowser is huge in Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy games. The difference with that, though, is that Bowser is much more proportionate to Mario in many of the games. Like, if you look at Bowser in a lot of the games, he's actually proportionate to Mario and the other characters. Look at Super Mario RPG, look at a lot of the games. Bowser isn't 10 times bigger than Mario. And Bowser can grow in size depending on, regardless, different things, right? So, the difference with that is that Ridley's always looked massive in size in pretty much every single game. So I get what you're saying, but Bowser's definitely looked more proportionate to Mario and friends in a lot of the games. So yeah. Thank you for the 5 though, Yoshi. I appreciate that, fam. Seriously, thank you for the big 5. Did I add that in? I don't remember if I did. I don't think I added that 5 in from Yoshi. So let me go ahead and add that in. 117 on the board. Almost at a platinum and a half, guys. Let's go. Shout out, Stink. I appreciate that. None of it even matters because Ridley sucks in I think in Ultimate. I mean, Ridley's still fun to use. I mean, like, it's not even about Ridley being good or not. That's not what matters if the character's good. It's the fact that Ridley just is there, and then, like, it's another character to use. So even if characters suck, they still have value, you know? Like, King Dedede's not good in the game, but it's still kind of cool to use King Dedede, right? Or, like, there's other characters that are not good in the game, but they're still fun to use, you know? So it's more about just, like, the variety and having fun, more so than competitive, like, oh man, being like a sweat about it, you know? What's with all this Waluigi and Ridley hate? I don't hate Ridley. I think Ridley's dope. I just don't think Ridley needs to be a fighter in Smash. It should be like a stage hazard, like a playable boss character. I think they should replace Ridley with like Silex, or replace it with, like, you know, that one chick from Metroid Prime 3 the shape-shifting girl from Metroid Prime 3, or like you know, Ravenbeak. Like put a couple of those characters in instead. What about Metroid 1 Ridley? Metroid 1 Ridley looked small just because of sprite limitations. When they got the Super Metroid, look how big Ridley was in Super Metroid. Massive, right? So where's our Kid Icarus Uprising point? Sakurai said it would sure be nice to play it on Switch, and then it never came. I think it's coming at some point. We'll see when. We'll see when, though. I was hoping that Sakurai had something for us before then, but we'll see. I think that maybe this upcoming Nintendo Direct in February or March is going to be massive. I think it's going to be a great Nintendo Direct, so I'm looking forward to what Nintendo does there in that respect. So yeah. Yeah, right now, and if you look at the Mario movie, Bowser's the size of like a tiny little Pikmin almost, or something like that. So yeah. Kid Icarus Uprising port is coming right after the Fire Emblem 4 remake. Chill. Oh man, I know. Guys, eventually we're gonna get all these things. I'm getting roasted on that one. I felt that Kid Icarus Uprising could be pretty cool, you know, to bring over. I don't know when they're gonna do it. But yeah. So yeah. Shout outs to Cyber Taurus with the Ninja Peach.
You might say the whole thing is Ridley-iculous. Also, the girl just came through and said she hopes you feel better soon.
Thank you to Little T. I appreciate that. Little Miss Cyber T, I appreciate you, young lady. Thank you so much for that. I'm hoping I'm gonna feel better too. I think I will. Thank you so much. And Cyber Taurus, thank you once again, man. Super Elite Ninja Roundtable peeps, rise up. Rise up. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate it. Got you tied up with Tendo Shillington. That's like the greatest name of all time. Both with the 25 on the board. Anybody does 25 or more, you can tie up Tendo Shillington and Cyber Taurus, or you can pass them up. Let's go. Just appreciate that. That's such a funny name. Combo breaks coming through, and we are going
Even further beyond.
The dad jokes. Ridley Dickulous. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's the dad jokes coming through. Any bad news with Xbox? No, I don't got any bad news with Xbox. Y'all here doom watching. I don't got any bad news with Xbox. Xbox, we already know how they're doing with the sales. It's doing bad. We could have clickbaited that too, right, guys? Did you guys see any clickbait videos on my channel about the Xbox sales? Did y'all see? We could have clickbaited the hell out of that. Did you guys see that on my channel? No. Nope. Didn't see that at all. You know? Yo, Astrolock with the 5 as well says, what do you think will be the next Zelda remake remaster? I mean, it's gotta be Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, right? It's gotta be one of those. If not those, then Oracle of Ages, Oracles of Seasons. Yeah, it's gotta be one of those. Big love. Combo break. What do you guys think? Good. That's a good point, Astrolock. Very good point. What do you guys think will be the next Zelda remake, remaster, whatever? Ape Escape? I don't know how well Ape Escape would sell on the Switch. Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Imprisonment, Zelda, Ganondorf, King Raru would be amazing. I've said that while playing Age of Imprisonment. Age of Imprisonment is legitimately such a beautiful game, bro. It's such a beautiful game. It looks sweet. It runs great. It's got just great pacing and setup. It's got a lot of content. And the ending sequence is just incredible. If you're into Tears of the Kingdom, or if you're into action RPGs, especially if you're into Tears of the Kingdom and like action RPGs, I highly recommend Age of Imprisonment, man. It is great. It is really good. I'll believe it when I see it for Twilight Princess Wind Waker. I think it's coming at some point, man. Twilight Princess, because we have Wind Waker on NSO. We do have Wind Waker on NSO, but that doesn't mean that we won't see like an HD version. Just like we have like Link's Awakening on NSO, but then we still got Link's Awakening remake. So I also think that's positive, you know. I still think that's a potential thing. Overall, Wand of Gamelon. Hey, there you go. Brave Fencer Musashi. Everyone talks about Brave Fencer Musashi. I think that's Square Enix IP, right? That's a Square Enix IP. Isn't that a Square Enix IP? I don't remember. Sorry. I think it is, but I don't know exactly. And if they do it on there, I think it's gonna be funny. Because people have been asking for this for a long time. Long time. In terms of like the chibi top-down games, I'm not sure what you're asking. Alien Weaponry. Stoked for Switch 2 Death Stranding ports. I don't know about Death Stranding. Kojima is not a big Nintendo guy. So I don't know if Death Stranding is going to get ported over. Level 5. Oh, yes, give me. Level 5 is like when Level 5 is on point. Level 5 is like one of the goated developers out there. Like, Level 5 is so good. Ni no Kuni, fantastic overall, man. Level 5 is so good. Dark Cloud back in the day. Like, Deca Police, I'm looking forward to Deca Police. I think that's going to be a great game. So, yeah, man. Definitely one of those things where I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they have for us, you know, when it comes to that, you know? Yeah, Squaresoft with that one. So Squaresoft with that Brave Fencer Musashi boys and girls. Let's go. So what do you think we'll get Zelda-wise 4th anniversary? Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Hopefully we get the next tease of the next Legend of Zelda game. Because looks like Mr. Aonuma was saying, hey, look, like, we're teasing this next Zelda. Look forward to the next one. We want it to be the first on the Switch 2. How? How are you going to be the first on the Switch 2? That means you were planning on having it out sometime in a decent fashion. So, you know. So, yeah. To be honest, at this point, I don't want Twilight Princess unless they remake it. We had it on GameCube, Wii, and Wii U. The game needs a remake. Yeah, a remake would be nice. I just want it on there so people can shut the hell up, to be honest. Like, that's really the reason why I want it. Not because I'm going to play through it again, because I'm not. I just want it on there so people can just shut up about it, because people are just acting so crazy about the game. So if they just put it out on there, they'll only get people to shut up about it, you know? So that's really the reason. The next Zelda remake. Yeah, it could be anything, like I said. But Chibi top down, like I said, Oracle of Ages or Seasons, you know. Factoro Space Age DLC drops in 2 days with Switch 2 edition of Factoro in 2 days. If you haven't played it, definitely check it out. Yeah, I'm definitely not playing whatever that's called, but yeah, shout out to people that are playing it though. If you're interested in that game. Outside of the new character from Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, which character would you like? Another Fire Emblem game would you want in Smash? Listen, I don't want to hear anything. Yeah, Fire Emblem 4, right? I don't want to hear anything about Fire Emblem in Smash because people just start going nuts about, you know, different things when it comes to that. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good on all that. You know, I am super good because of course Fire Emblem 4 remake gets brought up. So, but yeah, we need Sigurd with this horse and all of that. We need Sigurd. So bring him in with the horse and everything. You know, the horse and everything. Bring him in. Bring him in for that. The green tunic. The green tunic returns. The legendary green tunic. See, yeah, I would say Oracle of Seasons. I would also like Minish Cap remake. Yeah, Minish Cap would be good. Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff would be dope. I think it'd be really good. You know? So yeah. It was an honest question. Oh, thank you for answering. Yeah, right. Sure it was. Sure it was. Let's see here. Sigurd is actually a good pick because we don't have a character like him yet. I mean, it'd be hard to put a horse character in the game, you know, a character that's on top of a horse. I think Nintendo would definitely not want to like show like an animal like that, like getting hit. I don't know if they want that, like, because like, how would you like do your recoveries? Like, you got a horse like, double jumping back onto the stage with a horse. That'd be the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, unless they make Sigurd not on his horse. But yeah, like, that just looks stupid as hell if he's just sitting there double jumping with a horse. I mean, they could do it, but yeah. I love his, let's see here. But Duck Hunt, the difference with Duck Hunt though, Duck Hunt, you guys gotta realize how Nintendo thinks. The character Duck Hunt, the ducks get shot anyway. And the Duck Hunt, there's such a weird looking character, that stupid dog and all that. That's very different from a portrayal of a realistic horse. And trust me guys, Nintendo thinks this way. Having Sigurd on a horse and the horse getting attacked with him at the same time is different than a duck and a dog attacking in a way, in a comedic way. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, Nintendo thinks of these things. Trust me. I know that they do. They would think that it'd be an issue with just a realistic looking or a horse that's at least fights like that, right? Where the horse doesn't really do the fighting. In Fire Emblem games, the horses, the animals don't attack. You just ride on top of them. So that would look worse than an actual duck and a dog actually fighting back. That look comedic compared to a realistic looking horse. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, Nintendo thinks about these things. You know, they really think about these things, you know? So I doubt Nintendo would want to put a horse on horseback. One, because of animations and just getting back to the screen, but two, also because of that aspect of it. Use the horse as a tether. How? Like you throw the horse? Or maybe like the Yoshi from like Mario World, where like Mario just uses the Yoshi to just jump off and the Yoshi falls to the death. Or like the Luma in Smash. I mean, they did get heat from Peter for the cow in Mario Kart World, yeah. Now imagine a horse that's on horseback that doesn't actually fight back, just getting bodied, you know? I'm surprised they didn't say anything about Duck Hunt, to be honest. Oh my gosh, if Duck Hunt came out in today's day, like like where he's choking, like the shooting the dead ducks, or the shooting the ducks and they're dead and grabbing them by the neck. Imagine that. Peter would be all over that, bro. If that came out in today's day. We used to play Duck Hunt like crazy back in the day. Oh my gosh, we'd have Duck Hunt nights. Me, my bro, my sis, we would just be like, we just, you know, we used to be playing, oh my god, bro, it was crazy how much we played that game back in the day. You had to be there. You can't play Duck Hunt in today's day and it feels the same. It just don't feel the same as hitting up some Duck Hunt back in the day and having that stupid dog where you try to shoot the dog instead of the ducks because you're so angry at that dog laughing at you. Like, doing that stupid laugh that he does. Oh man. Let's just say opponent were to be attacked or knocked off in Smash, people would riot, bruh. Fire Emblem will be my second day one Switch 2 game. There you go. Seeing the horse do the flat screen death animation in Smash Bros. With the character falls and the screen would be hilarious. Yeah. Down with Lynn being a character. Yeah, Lynn would be a great character. F that dog. Who actually played Duck Hunt back in like the 80s though, or back in the day? Like if you played it back then, that dog was like the worst thing ever. Like nobody liked that dog. That dog was so annoying. Dog, we gotta play the Smash Duck Hunt theme now. We gotta play it. The stupid music. Not I. Yeah, I know. The Duck Hunt was way past your time. Duck Hunt was awesome back in the day. It really was. I want to start playing Final Fantasy. Where should I start? Start with Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. January 22nd. I did. That dog was so annoying. Yeah, that dog was the worst. See, look at all the people that played back then. You guys know what I'm talking about. That dog was annoying. I feel like you had to be well off to Duck Hunt when it came out. I feel like you had to be well off to own Duck Hunt. No, Duck Hunt came with the NES. It was cheap. Trust me, I had it. I was poor growing up. Duck Hunt was like, you didn't have to be well off. Like you got like Nintendo would like the deals back then for the NES were crazy. Like you can get like Duck Hunt, a Zapper, Rob, and like 3 games for like $90 back then. Or you can like yard sales. You can those Zappers were everywhere, dude. Those ghetto Zappers were everywhere. And those Duck Hunt cartridges were cheap as hell. So no, you didn't really have to be well off to get all that stuff. Believe it or not. I mean, I know it sounds crazy like in today's day. That's the expensive stuff is, but back then it really was cheap. Really was. The strange that Pokemon had no controversy until the 3DS. There was some controversy with some of the Pokemon games before that, but the internet wasn't like what the internet is now. Yeah, Duck Hunt was so great back in the day, man. Let's see here. OJ, what up, OJ? One of the new characters in Smash should be from Dustbloods. I don't think Dustblood should take up a character roster slot, in my opinion. But that's just me. Yeah, I know it sounds like it'd be expensive, but it's really not. That Zapper technology was actually really cheap. It's ghetto too. Like if you take a piece of paper and you put it over your screen on a CRT, if you just shoot the screen, it'll just get it every time because of the technology that it uses. It doesn't actually use like real like aiming technology. There's some weird stuff that it does in order for it to register hits, but if you put a piece of paper over it, it'll just register every duck hit. So that's a way to cheat the game. So you also have to keep that in mind. Really, my parents got me the NES action set for $129.99 new. That's what I'm saying. Like it was cheap. Like if you waited, you can get it for cheaper too. So it was like it wasn't expensive. I mean, I know $129 is more like inflation, but even back then it wasn't seen as like super expensive. Like $129 for like all that crap, you know, it wasn't seen as like super expensive. That was actually pretty affordable. I mean, there were systems that were more expensive for sure, you know. Duck Hunt was still popular in the family in the late 90s, so I got to play it. Yeah, Duck Hunt was popular all throughout the 90s. People still played Duck Hunt. Like, people still referenced Duck Hunt, still talked about it. It didn't feel like it was like, oh, this old ghetto thing that nobody plays. People still played Duck Hunt in the 90s. Like, it was still popular. Not in the 80s, that was bread. $129 wasn't, like, crazy expensive. Even in the 80s. Like, for, like, a video game system like that, I don't think it was, because I had it, so... Trust me, it wasn't like the 3DO. 3DO was like way more than that, and like not the exact same time frame, but somewhat overlapping time frame. So no, I don't think so. I don't think that was like seen as like super expensive. I'm in the 7th. Atari was around 1K, I think. I was born in '87, but I think that's what I heard. 1K for an Atari back. I don't know if it was that expensive. I don't think so. Rams fired their special teams coordinator after that Thursday blunder. Nah, that's crazy. I mean, the Niners, we got rid of our special team coordinator last year because he was trash too. So, give me Pauline in Smash 6. I think Pauline would be really cool in Smash 6. So yeah. Yeah, if I had guys, if I had something as a kid, you know that it wasn't super expensive because I never got anything really expensive. I never got anything like I don't recall a single time that I got something super expensive as like a kid or back in the day. Like we bought everything on sale, we bought everything discounted, everything was it's got to be like, you know, on sale and stuff like so. So yeah. The past Pokemon had weird controversies like the flashing image thing and then anime and people complaining about it being demonic. Oh yeah, there was definitely controversies around, all around. Atari was my first system, and we were poor growing up. It was cheaper than an NES. It depends on like I guess it depends on when you got it too. Yo, Yoshi with the 2 says Ice Belt power generator for Metroid Prime 4, please. Oh, that's a good track, man. That Ice Belt is great. That music in there is really good. Volt Forge, Ice Belt, good music. Fury Green, all great tracks. All right, let's see here. Ice Belt, Ice Belt, Ice Belt power generator. Let's see here. Okay. Ice Belt. Thank you for your support. Appreciate that, Yoshi. Let's go. 129 on the board. Combo breaks. We are only... I didn't think we'd be able to get near a platinum and a half today, guys. So I appreciate that. So yeah, 21 combos away from that. OJ was low-key spoiled. LOL. JK, low-key spoiled? I don't know, man. I don't think so. I mean, don't get me wrong. My dad did get me a lot of... We had a ton of NES games, and we had an okay amount of Super Nintendo games, and we had a number of N64 games, but N64 games were too expensive. My parents could not afford it by then. But at that point, I was getting old enough to buy my own stuff in like the N64 era, and then by the 6th generation, I bought all my own crap. Like GameCube, I bought my own GameCube. I bought my own Xbox. I bought my own PS2. I bought my own everything. So pretty much my I mean, I was still poor, but like I had enough money. You know, I worked at McDonald's. I had enough money to buy, you know, I get my checks every 2 weeks. It'd be like $200. So I just save up and, you know, just buy the systems and buy the games. Then, you know, I'd take a check and spend on, you know, whatever I needed. And then the other check would go to bills, like my cell phone and some of the other little bill, gas money and things like that, food. But yeah, the other check, and like half, like one of my checks would just go to like video games. Like every month I would buy like 3 or 4 video games that I want, you know. So yeah. I did have a GBA. Yeah, I did have a GBA. Did you play Prime 4 in 4K 60 or 1080p 120? 1080p 120. Watch my review of it, Figure Drawing, or not Figure Drawing, GTS, dude, I did a review of it, non-spoiler. Check out my review. I talk about all that there as well. But yeah, I played it in 120, 1080p.
When talking about controversy in Pokemon, let's not forget people hated Pokemon Black and White at the time because of no old Pokemon in the main game.
No. There's always something with Pokemon, man. Like, honestly, like, it can never escape it. If it's not one thing, it'll be something else, you know. Somebody will always got something to say, so yeah. Somebody always got something to say. So yeah. Thank you so much, yo, Justin. Appreciate the 3, brother. Appreciate that. Let's go. Combo breaks. It's that 28 combos away from the platinum break. Let's go. Platinum and a half. OJ, you had your parents' love. Can't put a price tag on that. Cannot put a price tag on that. I have my parents' love. At least for the most part. I'm pretty sure my parents both love me. My mom, I know for sure. My dad, I mean, maybe. I think so. I'm not sure. So, I'm not sure how much he did, to be honest. But, I mean, he was there. So, but my mom for sure, 100%, I know she like loves me, obviously. But my dad, I don't know. I don't know. But mom, yes, for sure. Do you have a streaming schedule in mind for next week for the holidays? I don't yet, Huddy. It might just be random. But yeah, might just be random. My dad was, yeah. I mean, I need to give my dad more credit. I mean, he definitely did things that showed love and appreciation. I mean, he bought me stuff at times. You know, he did sometimes have some like caring moments for me. So I think I'm maybe being a little bit too hard on my dad. I think he did like have some love for me and for all of us. I think he had some. I just don't know of how strong it was. But I think if I put a percentage there, I think it was about maybe 25% or something, 30%. My mom loves me like 3,000%, you know, but I'd say that my dad is probably like 25% or so. Maybe he actually like loved and cared for us. I mean, like I said, he'd do things for us. He obviously put a roof over our head and he fed us. So I'm thankful, you know. I'm not going to sit there and say that, like, you know, like I don't hate him or anything, you know, but yeah, I don't know how much, you know. But no, like I said, he did stuff for us. He, you know, when he could provide, he did. So I can't sit there and, you know, I can't say that he wasn't there at least for a good amount of time. So yeah, no hate in that sense. Says OJ, we broke, but I got everything. No, I did not get everything. In the NES era, my dad would go to yard sales and buy games cheap. So I did have a lot of games in the NES era, but the Super Nintendo era, I did not. N64 era, I got some good stuff, but like I said, the money ran out at that era. Like, it was like, you're on your own. We were all kind of like, outside of food, and like a roof over our head, we were kind of on our own for almost everything else. You know, as my mom was starting to get into like a different career and things like that. So like clothes, you know, like I said, food, she'd provide. Roof over her head, she'd provide. Clothes, some here and there. Good, okay enough. But games, like, you know, games and other stuff, you're on your own for that. Pretty much I've been on my own for that, you know, since I was like a teen. So, as soon as I turn like 15, as soon as I can work, it was like, hey, you want games, you want stuff, you're on your own on that one. I'm not going to be spending a bunch of money, which is fair. Like, I think she had her own stuff that she had to do, so I don't have a problem with that. And I'm the youngest, so everybody else was working too. So as soon as I can get a job, I went out and got a job. I went to McDonald's, started working, making my own money. I started buying my own stuff, you know, so yeah. My G said my dad bought him the Mad NES and some NES games, but not sure. Okay. What's up? Yo, what's up, PEC? Peck? What's up, Peck W? Welcome. Goodwill special for clothes growing up? Yeah. Goodwill. I mean, I don't know if... I think my parents did go to Goodwill sometimes for clothes. Yeah, but we usually went to Walmart once Walmart started getting... Actually, Walmart used to be more... I mean, I know some people say it's a grocery store now in today's day, but... Like, Walmart was... Before, it wasn't a grocery store. It was just clothes and stuff and, like, household items. So... I think we went to Walmart a lot of the times to get our clothes. So, yeah. McDonald's, solid starting job. Oh, yeah, great starting job. Very good. Like, the funniest thing is that, like, McDonald's is like, I had one of the, out of all my jobs that I worked, McDonald's is the only job, it's like, they liked me and, like, I didn't get fired. Like, McDonald's was, like, the job where it was, like, you would think it's like, oh, man, you say, screw that job. Like, I hate it. I mean, yeah, I didn't like McDonald's working there. But, like, I worked there for, like, years and, like, I didn't get fired and they liked me and, like, I left on good terms, and if they wanted me back, they said, hey, you got a job. If you want to come back, we got you a job. Like, they were willing to hire me, you know, and at any point, you know, if I needed a job. So that's the funniest thing. It's like, they liked me the most at that job probably was McDonald's. I did a good job there. I got, like, employee of the month and stuff and all that. So it was like, you know, I worked hard. I worked hard there. Like, I didn't slack. I got written up, though. I ate a chicken nugget one time because I was really hungry. So I was like, yo, let me just... They're about ready to throw them away, so I'm like, yo, let me just eat a couple of these real quick, like, cause they, like, after a certain amount of time, they'll just throw the food away, like, so I'm thinking, like, this is stupid, why are we throwing it away? So, like, I just, like, slipped a couple, and I was eating them, and then, like, I think my boss saw me, so I got written up that one time, but I was like, yo, look, y'all throwing them away, so she was like, yeah, I know, but, like, I still gotta write you up. I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna do it no more, so I didn't eat any more chicken nuggets after that, but, like, I was hungry. And, like, my shift, like, I wasn't getting my break until, like, 2 or 3 hours. So I was like, yo, I got to eat something. So I was like, all right, we throwing these away. Let me just eat a couple real quick. So, yeah, Payless. Oh, yeah, Payless shoes. Yeah. Although I will say that my mom did, like, she tried, like, to get me some, like, name brand shoes. Because, like, I was getting made fun of too much. So I told my mom, like, yo, can we please get some, like, Adidas or something like after that. So my mom did she tried. She knew like around school time she'll buy me like one pair of like good Adidas, you know. The Great Nugget Caper. Yeah. Let me just get one real quick, bro. To be fair, McDonald's is kind of hard to get fired from. LOL, that's like being surprised and get hired from a Waffle House. Dude, I definitely saw people get fired from McDonald's, bro. What you mean? Like, I don't know about all that. I definitely saw people get fired from McDonald's. So I don't know if it's hard to get fired from McDonald's, but I definitely saw people get fired from McDonald's, you know? So I don't know. What are those? Yeah, I know pretty much. What are those? Can you say that out loud? It's hilarious. Most positive thing I've ever heard about anything McDonald's. Yeah. You aren't allowed to eat food if it's going to be thrown away. You're not allowed to eat any of the food. You got to count it as food waste. So you got to sit there and like after like the morning rush, like all the breakfast food that gets thrown out, you got to sit there and it smells like complete egg dookie fart booty too. Like they put it all in like one. I don't know if they still do this, but they put it all in one bag and it smells like complete trash. Like egg farts. That's what it smells like. And you got to sit there and count McMuffins and count eggs. And it's like a big old bag of stuff that they throw. Because once it hits 10:30, they stop serving breakfast. So all the food that's there, you got to throw it all out. So, and when it comes to nuggets, like you'll get like a lunch rush. And then after lunch rush, it'll be quiet. It'll be like, okay, like around like 2 o'clock, 3. Lunch rush is usually like around noon to like 2. And then after that, it'll be like just like sparse. Like in and out, you know? Not in and out, but like sparse. So you got to count all the food. They throw away a lot.
Do you know how many damage Cokes I drunk back when I worked at Coca-Cola? You didn't hear that from me, though. Wow.
Like, y'all gonna throw out these damage? Let me just drinking it like Stone Cold Steve Austin out there. Yeah, man. Like, yeah. So yeah, they would just throw away all this food. I didn't eat any of the old breakfast, like the breakfast food. Hell no, I didn't eat none of that. But like the nuggets. But they just be throwing out nuggets to be thrown out. Like they have a thing. It's called like if it's like a McDouble or a cheeseburger, it's called I think it's called 10 to 1. If it's like a bigger burger, like a big and tasty like they had, or the bigger like a quarter pounder, they call that 4 to 1. You should see how much burgers they throw out, man. They throw out all sorts of 10 to 1 patties, 4 to 1 patties, and like I never ate those. Like those are too nasty. Like those are too sloppy to eat. Like I'm not gonna be sitting there eating on a burger like that. But like a chicken nugget, yeah, those are like perfect to eat, like, you know. So it was like they're about ready to throw them away. They were all kind of like, because like they put them like in these yellow trays. At least when I worked there, they put them in these yellow trays and put them in a warmer. After a certain amount of time, it'll go nee, and then once that time is up, you got to throw those nuggets out because then they're no longer fresh. So I'm like, yo, it went nee, and I was just like, my boss came around the corner. She's like, hey, open your mouth. I was like, oh man, you got me. Shout outs to Justin though. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for the 3. It's like, you got me, man. You got me. Hey, shout outs. I appreciate that. Nebraska. The restaurants don't want to be liable if you get sick eating foods. That's waste. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, some of it's still good though. You know, some of it's still good. I got suspended from school for stealing a teacher's apple. I had to bring it to him. I had to bring him a new one. I gave him the tiniest, scrawniest, fugly apple you could ever see. Oh, I was so bad. Yo, Jackson, let me get this apple real quick. Oh man. I mean, I'm not surprised. Sit-down restaurants throw out food every day. Oh yeah, restaurants throw out all sorts of food because but like those nuggets were still good, man. Like it wasn't like those nuggets were not still good. Those nuggets were still good. It was a waste to throw out those nuggets. So I was like, yo, I actually like nuggets a bit crispy. So they were like real crispy. You know what I'm saying? I like chicken a bit more crispy. I like everything a bit more. Like when it comes to like foods, like I like stuff like more well done or like crispy, right? So like I was like, man, those nuggets were looking super golden brown. I was like, yo, I hit him with the little nugget combo. And yeah, she saw me. I got in trouble. Somebody else did too. I had this other guy. He looked like a white 50 Cent. He looked like 50 Cent but white. He got in trouble too. He was eating them as well. Or was it the other guy? One guy, he looked like Big Bird. Tall, skinny white guy. He was cool. He was like, yeah. I think one time I went to his house to play video games. We were kind of tight, like at McDonald's. Like the people that worked there were chill. They were chill. They were super chill. I went on a date with like a lesbian one time. Like, it was like super chill. It was so awkward because she was totally a lesbian, but she wanted to go on a date with me. And it was so awkward. It was so awkward. But like a short girl, totally a lesbian, like 100%. She was definitely more like into girls than into guys, but she felt like going on with me with a date. So I was like, sure, I'll go. Why not? But anyway, yeah, like all the people that worked there with me at McDonald's at that time, they were all cool. Like we all got along. Well, not everybody got along, but most of the people there, like I would hang out with them. Like we would go like play video games together, or we would hang out, or we would like, go paintballing or something like that. We were all kind of like cool with each other. Give me 1 second. My wife is cooking and the alarm went off real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, it was the smoke alarm, but there's nothing even burning or anything. Like it's super sensitive. Like in California, because we have so many fires and everybody's kind of paranoid about fires here. It's like the smoke alarms and how they set them up here, they're very sensitive, especially in new houses or remodeled houses where stuff could potentially be a bit more flammable because of everything's new or reconstructed. Like it's just the smoke alarms are just super sensitive. So she was just starting to cook and she didn't turn on the vent fan, so it just went off. So yeah. So yeah, they're very sensitive here. At least mine are. So rip headphone users, I know. Sorry about that, guys. It's all good. We're pretty much gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, my voice is pretty much at its near mental limit, and I'm gotta help my wife out with a bunch of family stuff that we're doing tonight in a little bit. So, excuse me. So we'll probably wrap it up here. I want to say thank you guys so much though for the support. I do appreciate that. Let's go for about another. Let me see, what time is it? 3:03. We can go for like another. Maybe 10-15 minutes. I'll answer some more questions and then we'll wrap it up. Remember, check out my video today. If you haven't seen my most recent video, I'd really appreciate if you guys watch that. Had some pretty weird people in the comment section though. Some like I think Nintendine watchers saying that, why aren't you talked about the Switch 2 sales tanking? This is a huge deal and you guys community are delusional. I'm like, what the hell? Where's all this coming from? Because of Nintendine? I can't believe you guys are. So I pinned his comment on my most recent video so we can revisit it once Nintendo announces that Switch 2 sold like 15 or 16 or 17 million units in February. We'll pin the comment and we'll revisit that topic later. I'll make sure you guys mods take a mental note. It's on my most recent video. Dr. Wolfstar, he comes here to bitch and complain too at times. Excuse my French, sorry. He comes here to complain and call me names and say stuff. So I pinned his comment. So we'll revisit it once Nintendo announces their sales numbers in February for the October, November, December month. Man, every time we talk Smash, it gets me thinking about a new game. Yes. You scared all my cats in the living room, and they immediately jumped and ran upstairs. Sorry about your cats, brother. Sorry about your cats. My son woke up too, so he was sleeping, and he woke up because of that, because it was loud. But yeah, you don't want your house to burn down, so I guess it's like the trade-off that you need, right? It's like a good trade-off. It's like, you know, smoke alarm coming through, house, you know, house not burning down. So yeah. So absolutely. Make sure you guys hit that like button when you guys have hit that like button though. Seriously, hit that like button. We need more of that as well. Let's go. Excuse me. How far are you from the Palisades? Not sure where that is. Yeah, I'm not sure where that is. I'm like 2 hours away from like Los Angeles. I'm like outside Los Angeles. Switch 2 is obviously going to sell well. People just saying that. Otherwise, they're just haters or grifters. Yeah. Are we not at 100 likes already? How are we not at 100 likes, guys? Hit that like button. I guess I haven't been pushing the like button. Hit that like button. I don't know why YouTube decided to not or take away my like button. Like where I can see how many likes are on the stream. I don't know why they decided that was a bad, like, a thing to do. Okay, I can see the live viewers, but I can't see how many likes I have. I really can't. It's so dumb. I can see, like, okay, I can see they have like a new player, but they will not let me see how many. Oh, wait a minute. It kind of pops up and then it goes away. Wait a minute. That's the crazy thing. It like pops up and then it goes away. Yeah. I can see the likes here. I guess when you go to the edit, oh my God, that is so weird. There's like a little thing where it feels like it stays there, then it goes away. Wow, that's interesting. that's so weird. It's like a little card that stays there, then it goes away. That is weird, man. See, pop out dashboard. Okay, chat rate. No, I can't even see it on here either. That's so stupid. Anyway, I'll do live stream maker later. 101 likes. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Hit that like button, guys. Let's go. 5 times a day for your call of prayer, then they'll get their match and plead for their phones. Go Nintendo Switch 2 fails. I know. Seriously, it's so funny. But anyway, we got some people, you know, that are sitting there trying to say, oh, well, Nintendo's just shipping them and they're not actually selling to customers at all, and they're just lying about it. Like, it's just got some like biggest cope ever, man. Biggest copes ever when it comes down to it. Like, it's obviously gonna sell well, and that's before it even gets its biggest hitters. We still don't have 3D Mario, new Super Smash Brothers, brand new Animal Crossing, brand new Zelda. We still don't have like brand new big, you know, 2-game gen Pokemon game. Like, we still need all that, you know. So people are being weird. All sales down because of economy. Yeah, like I said, but right now, I mean, November might have been, based off of Paul Gale's sales estimates, November was actually their best month, or one of their best months since launch, or since the beginning. So we'll see once again. We'll see once Nintendo give us our sales numbers. But I feel pretty, based on my own internal numbers that I've got tallied up, I feel pretty confident that it's doing okay. Mario Kart is arguably their biggest. It is, but Mario Kart's just one piece of the pie. When it comes to why the Switch 2 sold so well, or Switch 1 sold so well, you need Pokemon, you need Mario, you need Zelda, you need all of that. You know, the Pokemon games sold 25 million a pop, right? You look at Zelda sold another 50-something million. So, well, yes, absolutely, Mario Kart is huge, but you still need more of them. If the Wii only, or if the Switch only had Mario Kart, I don't think it would have sold 150 million. Like, if all they had good, like all the biggest hitter was Mario Kart, I don't think it would have sold 150 million. Something tells me that it wouldn't have sold that much. So yeah, you need more than just that. Are sales down because of the state of Xbox? I think sales are down. I think one of the big reasons why sales are down across the board in terms of everything is because of Xbox. Yes, because Xbox is selling absolutely catastrophic right now. So I mean, if Xbox actually pulled some more weight, the sales wouldn't be this bad in terms of like a industry wise for November. So, but I mean, like I said, it is what it is. You know, you can't do anything about that now at this point. So yeah. Hey, hi OJ, hope you get well soon. Take care of yourself. Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Thank you. I will take care of myself. I'll try to do better in terms of things. Switch to barely, it's 7 months and people go crazy and sales slow down. Sales aren't slowing down though. That's the thing. Like there's nothing that actually says that they are, especially based off the Japanese sales. They're actually accelerating. So nothing really says that they are, to be honest. So I don't even know where people are getting that. Like there's no sales numbers. There's no numbers out. So I don't know where I don't know where people are even getting it from outside of it's the lowest since 1995 for the combined here in the US, but that doesn't count Europe, that doesn't count Japan, that doesn't count any other. So I don't even know where people, there are no official numbers. So it's just people making up whatever they feel like making up or going off VG charts, which you can't trust VG charts. So there's not even anything to go off of, to be honest. Hi OJ, hope you I thank you, I appreciate that, Dre. This too is going to be an interesting time during the AI bubble. We'll see. Yeah, I think a lot of it is just grifting for money, which we see people do quite a bit. Nintendo will announce the sales numbers in February, so we'll be able to tell who was right or wrong, just like we were able to tell who's right or wrong before. Remember, it was scalpers. Remember, nobody's buying it. Remember, they're just like, you know, they're lying about the sales. Like, it's the same excuses. So we'll see what the new goalpost is in February, because trust me, it's coming. I think people are getting that from PS5 doing better, which is dumb. Yeah, I mean, it was discounted. Once again, it's in its 5th year. It's been getting price increases. The system's been selling a bit lower than PS4. It's been on par or lower than PS4. Got a $100 discount, so it obviously did pretty well with the $100 discount. But even then, it was still 40% down from year on year from what it did last year. So it was still down. So I think that's where it's kind of like, well, wait a minute, hold up. They did better, but we didn't get any actual sales numbers. But it was still 40% down year on year from the previous year, even with that $100 discount. At least here in the US. In Europe, it broke like a record according to VG charts or according to retailers that are out there. It did really good. PS5 did really good. And once again, it had a big discount. It was down to 349 euros. So big discount, good sales overall. So like I said, and that's fine. In the Switch 1 era, PS4, even with Switch 1 stock being in there, sometimes PS4 did better because of sales and because of discounts, because of whatever, right? So same thing here. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Like, did it matter back then? Doesn't matter now. But to be honest, people try to do the same thing back then. Like, oh, look, it's being outsold. It's bubble. It's bursting its bubble. It's not doing well. People tried to say the same thing back then, and they got absolutely destroyed. So it doesn't really, like I said, we'll see. I'll be laughing. I'll be smirking and laughing like I am right now in February or at the end of next year. We'll be here. Remember when people said something stupid? Or like, remember when people said it was DOA at launch? Remember when everyone said the Switch 2? Not everyone, but remember when people said Switch 2's DOA at launch? Nobody's going to buy it. Remember that at the beginning? Where are all those people at? Remember all those people that were arguing with me? Crazy how they never came back. Crazy how those people never came back. So it's just the same thing over and over. Very curious about how a handheld PS6 is going to keep hearing about. It may be a bit of a leash on developers, but given it's been happening, maybe developers need that leash. We'll see. OJ, question: do you feel like Stardew Valley Switch 2 edition delayed to next year? I don't know. We'll see. It's a marathon, not a race. November was undoubtedly large due to PS5 massive discounts. Yeah. So that's good. That's good for them, obviously. they discount the system, it can do well. But we'll see how it does after that. I think it'll do okay. But before then, like, PS5 has everything. It gets pretty much every single third-party game, every single thing. So it did good for that month. We'll see how it does December and all that, of course. Although no one I know has a Switch 2 yet, but as soon as the next Pokemon and Zelda drop, they're all cop on. Switch 2 just needs some first party bangers. I mean, it's already selling really good right now, and it already has a bunch of first party bangers. I mean, it already has Mario Kart World, it has Donkey Kong Bonanza, it has Pokemon Legends. It already has a bunch of bangers. So they just need to obviously just keep on adding on there. But I mean, you don't sell, from what my estimates are at and what Paul Gill's estimates are, it sold 15 million units as of early December. So I mean, I don't know, like, nobody that you know has one, but I mean, I don't know how many people you know, right? Like, if you go online, obviously a lot of people online already have one, but obviously it's not up to like the Switch 1 levels. But I mean, it already has a lot of bangers on the system, and that's the reason why the system sold as well as it sold. I mean, let's not act like it hasn't sold anything, so which is weird. I think some of you guys are succumbing to the grifter vids. But I mean, from right now, my estimates have it at around 15 million plus right now at this point. So, and that's where Paul Gale's estimates have it at as well. So I mean, that's the fastest selling system of all time in the first 6 months. It hit its 6 month on December 4th ish, December 3rd, 4th, 5th. So I mean, right now it's still the fastest selling system of all time. So it's selling pretty good. So yeah. Let's see. No, what I'm saying is that Switch 2 will have great long-term success, dude. Okay, I thought you were saying like there's nothing to play on there right now, so it's not doing well. I thought that's what you were trying to say. But okay, yeah. It's gonna get more games, obviously, and those games are gonna help continue to sell the system, just like Switch 1. Switch 1 had some pretty big heavy hitters in the first, year. It had some pretty good stuff. 2018 for the Switch 1 though was a little bit more dry than 2017. I think 2026 for the Switch 2 is going to be a better 2026 second calendar year than the Switch 1 had in its second calendar year, which was 2018. The power YouTubers have on gaming discourse is impressive. I mean, most people know that it's doing well, and they're not really doing that. I think it's really more people who, once again, just they don't know any better, which is fine. They didn't know any better back when the first Switch 2 first launched. They didn't know any better when the Switch 1 launched. They said that was going to flop. They didn't know any better when the 3DS came out. They said that was going to be a flop after the slow start. So it's literally the same people, literally the same type of people. Either the same people, the same type of people that we've been getting now for a decade plus now. I mean, they got one failure system right, which was the Wii U. They still reference the GameCube. That was 20 going on 25 years ago now. So they still reference the GameCube. They still reference the N64 as if those are relevant in today's day. But they got one system in terms of like, oh, it's gonna fail right out of like 4 systems now, right? Between the Wii U, 3DS, Switch 1, now Switch 2. They got out of 5 systems, they got one system not doing good right. So they just predict every time it's gonna be the same thing. So until you get it right, and then say, see, I told you so. But like I said, literally these same people would say 3DS was gonna fail. The same people would say Switch 1 was gonna fail. Some people said Switch 2's nobody's gonna buy it at launch. So it's just the same thing over and over again. Silly. Nintendo increased their production from 15 to 19 million. I mean, of course, it's selling well. Well, I mean, like, they're estimating that. So, I mean, obviously, they're going to ship those out to stores and make sure a lot of stores are stocked and have a lot of stock of them. So, once they ship it out, that's a unit that they count as sold. So, they're making sure that it's fully stocked. And I think another reason why that they're making sure is because they want to get those shipped out and bought before potential tariffs and price increases. So, a lot of stores have good amount of stock, depending on where you are. But those units are slow. Those units are selling. Those units are selling slowly but surely. So yeah, they'll get the stock, they'll get them in, they'll sell however many units, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, and then they'll just put more stock out there. My Best Buy, that's where most people buy Switch 2, at least in my area, is like at Best Buy. And I always see like they have this big old metal cage full of Switch 2s, and then they have like the little demo units that have like, enough for like maybe like 10 Switch 2s. And every time I go in there to Best Buy, I always see that there's barely any of them in and like they refill them. There's barely any in there, but there's like at least 15 or so in their little metal thing. But they've cycled through that a number of times now throughout you know, November, December now. Every time that I go in there probably about, I usually go there probably about maybe like once every 2 weeks or so. I probably go into Best Buy for something, whether I'm picking up a game or I'm doing something like that. I see like a good deal, open box type of thing. So yeah. One thing some will argue is that 2026 lineup is not impressive enough, but we'll get 2026 direct, revealing the rest of the gaming lineup. Oh yeah, I think the 2026 lineup is going to be, it's going to have at least 2 or 3 big hitters. It's going to have Pokemon, so that's a heavy hitter right there, and it's probably going to have like a 3D Mario as well, so that's also going to be another heavy hitter. Plus it's going to have Fire Emblem, which is also, to me, not as big of a heavy hitter as Pokemon or whatever, but it's going to be a very good game. And don't sleep on Pokopia. I think that could actually draw in a lot of people who like Animal Crossing that haven't bought one yet. A lot of people who like Dragon Quest builders, games like that, or who like Minecraft. I think that can draw a lot of people in. So don't sleep on that game potentially being a little bit of a dark horse system seller, especially in Japan. So yeah. Let's see here. Nintendo increased. It's kind of crazy. After the pre-order went live, the Switch 2 was sold out for maybe like 2 days. For another wave of pre-orders went up. That was maybe sold out for like a week. Well, yeah, they've been restocking it. So sometimes it's been sold out, then they restock, sold out, then they restock. But it's gotten to the point where they've pretty much met demand in a lot of areas, and now it's just like selling normally. You know, that's the thing. The difference between the Switch 2 and every other system in the last nearly 3 decades is because Nintendo actually fully stocked it. Like they said, we're not going to have crazy shortages. Most systems have these shortages that are just insane, right? Like they just don't have enough systems, whether it's the PS4 or it's the PS5 or it's the Xbox. To a degree, the Xbox Series, not really, but to a degree, the Xbox Series, whether it's the Nintendo Switch 1, you know, or the Wii. Did I say the Wii already? The Wii, the PlayStation 2. A lot of these systems didn't have anywhere near the stock Nintendo had. So Nintendo was able to restock systems very quickly and ship out systems very quickly and kind of get ready and bulk up for the big holiday events and things like that. Whereas anytime that a newer system launches, especially from like the PS4 era and up, and Switch 1 as well, like they just did not have the systems, whether it's through a chip shortage or they didn't anticipate the demand or whatever. But Nintendo anticipated the demand, they anticipated having it, and they want to have regular stock and all the, like, where you can just walk in and buy one like on an impulse buy, because they know how many people have Switch 1. So because so many people have Switch 1, they know that at any point somebody that has Switch 1 could say, okay, I want a Switch 2. So if you limit the stock like Microsoft and Sony did, or if there's a chip shortage, or you don't know, or you're unsure, and you do like limited stock to where you're always sold out, that's not going to get you more sales or going to be better for you overall. It should be to where it's fully stocked. So this is the first time that we actually have a system that's actually fully stocked like it should be. It shouldn't be to where you walk in and you can't see the system. That's not good for consumers. That's not a better option to say, oh, look, it's doing great, because you can't buy it. That's not better. That's not good. You want to be able to walk into a store and there's plenty of stock and you can buy it whenever. I always see PS5s. PS5s are selling well, right? They're selling very well. But I always see PS5s. PS5s were not anywhere near as in stock as they should be because of the chip shortage. So yeah. I'm thinking Pokemon and 3D Mario will be the juggernauts of 2026. Yeah. You probably shouldn't sleep on Tomodachi Life 2. Yeah, that's a Switch 1 game. But yeah, shouldn't sleep on that as well. I agree. So, okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up here, though. So I want to say thank you to everybody that came out to today's stream. I want to say I appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you guys for the donos as well. You guys were great on that. Appreciate it. Supporting the stream was awesome. So if you haven't seen my most recent video, check out my most recent video. I talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake, integrated the demo, and why it's a good demo, and why it's fun, and all that good stuff. So yeah, check that out. We also got a farming simulator video coming up, so you guys watch that, okay? Because it's funny. I think it's a funny video, so go watch that video when you get the opportunity. I think that'll be up on Monday morning, bright and early. So get ready for that farming simulator video. Get ready for Farming Simulator Signature Edition for the Switch 2, baby. Let's go. So thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Let me get one more comment though from Christopher, because he has something that's different. Because the Switch 2 doesn't have the games right now. Where's Mario? Where's Zelda? Where's Pokemon? Pokemon's on the system. In terms of Animal Crossing, where are the games, bro? We haven't heard any games other than DK Bonanza. So where are the games? And then you said, where's Pokemon? Pokemon's on the system. Pokemon Legends ZA is on the system. So other than DK Bonanza, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment also came out. There's also, when it comes to Hades 2, that is a console exclusive right now between Switch 1 and Switch 2. Kirby Air Riders also came out as well, plus Metroid Prime 4, a brand new Metroid game, you know, Metroid Prime game. So those are all exclusives that are for the system. So, I mean, I guess you're more of like a, just give me the biggest ones like Mario, Zelda. I need Mario or Zelda or whatever the case is. But yeah, Metroid Prime 4, that came out. Kirby Air Riders, that came out. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, that came out. Donkey Kong Bonanza, that came out. Hades 2, which is a console exclusive right now, Switch 1 and Switch 2, that came out, and that's really good as well. Obviously, Mario Kart World, that came out too, when it comes down to that game as well. So that was pretty much one big console exclusive or one big Nintendo exclusive per a month since the system launched in June. But feel free, Christopher, let me know if Microsoft or Sony gave you that many exclusives in the first 6 months. Let me know if they did, because I don't think they did in the first 6 months. But those were the games in terms of Nintendo exclusives. So yeah, all lame to you. Hey, that's all good. Play your PS5. I got a PS5 too. Play it, enjoy it. Enjoy your PS5, play it, all that good stuff. But you asked me where all the games were. I let you know where the games were. If you think those games are lame, that's fine. You're probably a ball and gun gamer anyway, since you you probably don't. I mean, your game lineup is probably pretty sparse and paltry anyway, since you want to think everything that other people play is lame. Trust me, what you play is probably not that great either. But feel free to drop your PSN so we can take a look at what you're playing. I will stay on. If you want to drop your PSN, Christopher, let's take a look at what you're playing. If Hyrule Warriors and Donkey Kong and Kirby Air Riders and Metroid Prime 4 and Mario Kart World and all these games are lame, let's go ahead and take a look at what you're playing. You feel like dropping that PSN? Show us what we should be playing. I'm all about the people, Christopher Harrington. So let me know what we should be playing. Go ahead and drop your PSN. I'll wait. Drop your PSN and let's see what you're playing. Let's see here. Okay, drop your PSN. Like I said, I'll wait. I got time right now. Chris, go ahead and drop the PSN. Go ahead and drop. Let's see what you're playing on your PSN then. Let's take a look. All right. It's Bloodhound 1982. All right. PSN. Somebody go ahead and somebody look that up for me too. PSN profile. PSN profiles. All right, let's go. Let's take a look. Bloodhound 1982. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. I want to see this. What should we be playing? It's Bloodhound 1982. User could not be found. I don't see that name here. You want to make sure that it's correct. It says user cannot be found on the PSN profile. So I do not. It says enter PSN name. ITBLOODHOUND 1982. Says user cannot be found. I don't. That name's not coming up. That name's not coming up. Don't see it? Yeah, I don't see it either. Expedition 33 came out in April. I already played that too. It's a good game, but that already came out. That already came out back in April. We played that. Spider-Man 2 came out 2 years ago. And a lot of Sony fans didn't even like that game either. And that game came out 2 years ago. So why am I going to play Spider-Man 2? That came out years ago, brother. Expedition 33 came out years ago, brother. Or that came out back in April. We already played and beat that. What are you talking about? We already played and beat that, my man. It's private. You want to go ahead and unprivate that? LT. Let's take a look. LT Bloodhound 1982. You found it? It's private? Why is your account private, bro? Yeah, you're private, man. You're on private. Why don't you go ahead and unprivate that? Miles Morales came out back at the launch. That's old. Astrobot came out a year ago. That's old. You mentioned a bunch of old games. You ain't mentioned no games that came out new. A lot of these games came out before the Switch 2 was even out. Spider-Man, that was before the Switch 2 was even out. Expedition 33, that was before the Switch 2 was even out. You dropping a bunch of games. Deported with you dropping a bunch of games that are old. We already played all those. You ain't played anything. That's the funny thing about people who got something to hate on. They always act like they're better than everyone else. You playing Spider-Man 2? That came out 2 years ago. We already played that. You talk about Expedition. I played and beat that. I put 90 hours into that. Already played and beat it. You're not a real gamer, bro. You're not. So when you come here and try to act better than other people, stop it. Because you're lame. Your account's on private. We can't see your trophies. You naming a bunch of games that came out a long time ago. That came out 2 years ago. Or came out a year ago. Talk about, I'm playing a bunch of stuff that already came out. I already played Astrobot. I already played those. Like, so if you want to start talking about on your Switch 2, you can play Tears of the Kingdom. You can play Breath of the Wild. You want to talk about old games? You can play Echoes of Wisdom. You can play Pokemon in great quality now. And instead of, you can play that, if you want to talk about old games that came out years ago, go play all the Switch 1 games that run way better on Switch 2. Are we counting games that came out years ago? Switch 2 got all those games in way better quality. So, bro, come on now, man. They were all great games. They're all right. I don't think none of those games. I don't think Astrobot's better than Donkey Kong Bonanza. I don't think it's better than that. Now, I don't think Spider-Man 2 is better than Donkey Kong Bonanza either. I personally wouldn't take those games over Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's just me. And I think Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, to me at least, I think it's better than a lot of the games that you mentioned as well. Because I've actually played all those games that you mentioned, but you haven't played the games that I mentioned. You know what I'm saying? So you just called them lame. So you want to unprivate your account? The fact that you have your account on private, I think that you're lying. I think that you're lying because if you don't know how to unprivate your account, I think that you're lying that it's on private. There's no way that your account would be on private if you didn't put it on private yourself. So yeah. What's he playing? This guy's not playing anything. He's just a hater. He's not playing anything. He's talking about games that came out a year ago. Talking about I'm playing Astrobot. Astrobot came out a year ago. Spider-Man 2, that came out 2 years ago. It's going on 3 years next year. Like, and that game's not even that great. Even Sony fans think that game's not even that great. So it's like a lot of Sony fans were saying it's not even that great of a game. So I mean, he ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing. Let's see here. Hey, PlayerEssence, how do you feel about being wrong about Switch 2 sales flopping? Let me guess, everyone's wrong but you, right, Clown Show? How do I feel about Switch 2 sales flopping? Where's the what's it called? Where's the evidence or where's the sales numbers of Switch 2 flopping? Because all I see in Japan in 2 weeks ago, it sold 204,000 units or 203,000 units, and this past week it sold 190,000 units in Japan. So that's a total of nearly 400,000 units in the past 2 weeks. That's significantly better than any other system. Based on my estimates that I have, and also based on Paul Gale, who got the original 3 million plus units right, and also he got the 10 million units right as well. He's estimating that the sales are at about 15 million units right now, which would still make it the fastest selling system of all time. And like I said, that doesn't include all of the weeks that we have up here with the Japanese sales as well. So, yeah, like I said, make sure rule of three, whatever your name is, you're a Nintendine watcher. I'm pretty sure you watched this trash video where he has no actual real sales numbers, because there is no actual sales numbers that are out. When Nintendo announced the sales numbers in February, make sure you show up. Trust me, make sure you show up because it's going to be fun. Make sure you show up because they're going to give us the sales numbers for October, November, and December. They sold 10 million units well before that. They're going to tack on another 5 to 6, 7 million in that time period as well. So when they do that, make sure you show up, all right? So I'll have that stream in early February will be that stream. So early February. So it's all good though, guys. It's all good. But yes, get your information from Nintending, the same guy who's too afraid to actually debate anybody. And once again, there are no sales numbers, by the way. I just want to make sure that I put that out there. The only sales numbers that we have are the Japanese sales numbers. And the Japanese sales numbers for the Switch 2 have been incredible the past number of weeks. All November, they were great, and they've been even better in December. Like I said, it sold over 203,000 units for the first week of December, and it sold another 190,000 units for the second week of December. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to say. You guys are coming to my stream and saying I'm wrong about something based off of what? There's no sales numbers. So once Nintendo actually has their official sales numbers, y'all let me know. But I will say this. A lot of you guys sound just like Switch 1 people. A lot of you guys sound just like that. So I'm still going to be here and I'm going to be right. And when you come back, just make sure. We'll make sure to save all this that you're saying, all right, man? But you're probably going to come back with a sock account. So yeah, it's all good. Deported with the 2. It says Hades 2 is the best rated game of the year. It is, and it's a console exclusive right now on Switch 1 and Switch 2. So yeah. It costs less than $200 in Japan, though. It does not. It does not. Once again, you're getting information from Nintendo or something like that. You're getting information. It does not cost less than $200 in Japan. That is a lie. I think it costs around, 300 something or so in Japan. But once again, Japan has a different economy, has a different, people make a different amount. It's not the same thing in terms of here in the US, but it doesn't cost less than $200 in Japan. That's the dollar to yen thing is not the same equivalent. So that's also a lie. But I'm guessing you got that from a grifter, right? Is that where you got that from? But yeah, that's a lie. Let's see, where are they coming up with these numbers? They're just making them, grifters are giving them, like a lot of these people that come here to talk on my stream, it's because they watch grifter content. They get bad information and they come here to tell me as if like they're gonna show me up or something. And it's like, dude, I'm the streamer. I know what I'm talking about. Like, I actually research. These guys don't research. So how many units does Switch 2 need to sell to be considered a success? I mean, there's not any an amount that they need to sell to be considered a success. It's really based off of how much money you generate. So it's based off of that. So if Nintendo's generating a good amount of revenue, then obviously the system is going to be successful. But the more units you sell, the more revenue you generate because more people buy games. So they're kind of hand in hand. So as long as they're selling enough and they're getting enough revenue to where they're profitable, to where they can show that they're profitable, then obviously it's a success, you know? What does price matter? Should we say the same thing about PS5 selling well during Black Friday? That's what I'm saying. Like, price shouldn't, but that's one of the things that some, people use is like, oh, well, the only reason why it's doing well in Japan because of the price is lower than this. And it's like, no, because the Switch 1, that did well regardless of the price. And people said that was kind of expensive. It was still $300 something with the OLED or $300 with that one. And that did well. And on top of that, the Switch Lite, that sells worse than the Switch OLED and the regular Switch. And that's cheaper. So just because something's cheaper doesn't mean it's always going to just automatically going to sell better than something that's more expensive. So Wii U was cheaper than PS4 and people still bought PS4 more. So yeah, it's not a guarantee. But it does seem like people are just making up stuff, like it just seems like people are just making up things and making up reasons to be upset or saying there's no games. And then I tell them, no, there's all this. Oh, those are all lame. I'm playing Spider-Man 2 from 2023. Like, okay. Like, we all played that years ago. Or I'm playing Astrobot. That came out a year ago. Or I'm playing Expedition. That came out a half year ago. We already played all that. Like, we know. Like, what do you... Like, should we start naming the Switch 1 games that we played, too? That we played... Should we start naming those games since we're naming old games now? Like, what's going on here? Oh, man. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be on the Spawncast today, guys, just because I got family stuff that I'm doing tonight, so I'm not going to be on the Spawncast. So yeah, but it's weird, man. So people are weird. I don't know where they're getting these numbers from. I don't know where it's coming from at all. So shout out to Deported, man. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate you, man. He said that his PSN's private, and he put his PSN on private on purpose. So yeah. His PSN's private, but he told us what he plays. He just plays old games that came out a half year to years ago. Yeah.
Just move on, buy a PC handheld,
yeah.
PS5, or Xbox, and just act like Nintendo doesn't exist if it makes you feel better.
I think a lot of people like this guy, they're kind of more, like, they know good and well that Mario and Zelda and all these games are going to be on the system or already on there, or like Donkey Kong Bonanza, but they want to downplay it because they have an issue with Nintendo or they don't like them or whatever the case is. But I guarantee you this person was probably hyping up Demon Souls remake and whatever when the PS5 first came out, you know, or like a DLC pack like Miles Morales or something, and he was completely fine with it being a drought completely for how long that droughts happen with Sony first party games or whatever the case is. I'm pretty sure he was completely fine with that because he's mentioning just a bunch of old games that have came out over the course of PS5's whole generation, or like so spotty. It's not like it's games that are recent, like, hey, what are you playing now? It's games that have came out years ago, like Spider-Man 2 that came out 2 years ago, Astrobot that came out a year ago, Expedition that came out more than a half year ago, that came out in April, you know? So it's like, these people, like I said, they're like I said, just weird, you know what I'm saying? Just weird. They don't have it or something, or they have an issue, or maybe, like I said, they watch grifter videos, so therefore they feel the need to be like against something, and it makes them feel like they're part of the conversation, or that they, you know, or like it's like they're relevant on like a topic or about gaming. You know, so I think that's really where it comes from. But we all know good and well, duh, there's going to be a 3D Mario. They did Donkey Kong Bonanza. That was made by the Mario Odyssey team. Duh, there's going to be a new Zelda game. Tears of the Kingdom came out in 2023. It's probably going to come out in 2027. Duh, there's going to be a new Animal Crossing. Of course there's going to be a new one, right? Like, all these things are going to happen. So it's one of those things to where, like I said, I think people just want to be part of the conversation. And they want to go against the grain. And that's the reason why we have these same conversations with people at the beginning of the Switch 2 when that first launched, and people were saying it's going to fail, where's the games, where's this, and then it did really good. And I had to say the same thing that I'm saying right now. I had to say the same thing back in June. Like, no, there's going to be games and people are going to play them and it's going to do good. I hate to break it to you. So, like I said, we'll see who's right in February. We will see who's right. Let's see, for these Switch 2 grifters, it seems to be opinions first, facts later. Yeah, I mean, like, one guy said here, literally, well, the Switch 2 is only $200 in Japan or something. Like, he didn't say, he didn't ask a question. He said, it costs $200 less in Japan, though. He said it as, like, no, this is a fact. So, like I said, where are they getting this information? Grifters. That's the only, there has been no official source. There is not a single person that has came out officially in terms of an official source that says Switch 2 costs $200, literally cheaper than a Switch 1 in Japan. Nobody has said that. Like, there's not a single person that said that. So where are you getting that information? A grifter that just says things like that. That's the only place where you could get that information, is from a grifter, because you're not getting it from an official source or anybody credible. You're not getting it from like an official news person like SpawnWave, or you're not getting it from someone like me who lets the research. You're not getting it from anybody like that. You're getting it from a grifter. That's the only place, or from random social media posts like trolls or whatever. That's the only place that you'd find something like that, information like that. Like, that's clearly not true. Like, the Switch 2 is cheaper than the Switch 1 in Japan. No, it's not. You know, like, so that's what I'm talking about here, guys, right? So that's what I'm talking about overall. But anyway, that was a nice floor to end the stream. I think it was fun. This guy's hiding his account because he doesn't want people to see that he ain't playing nothing. He's probably, like I said, a ball and gun gamer, or like I said, he's sitting here playing games so smart, 1 or 2 games per year. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's see here. Well, he was trying to convert the yen to dollar. I think the reason why he brought that up, Minato Mario, is because he thinks that, like, yes, the yen is weak compared to the dollar, so he did a brain kerfuffle translation to that, or once again, a grifter that told him that. So yeah, they don't know how currency works, but it's all good. Anyway, that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys coming out. It was fun to bop some grifters real quick. It was fun to bop some grifters. I think that was fun. So Mac Mega with the 3. Yo, thank you, Mac Mega. I appreciate that.
FYI, the Japanese Switch 2 is about $340 minus $360 in Japan.
Yeah.
Almost double the amount of $200. Love
Yeah.
it how they leave out its region locked too. The regular region free model is $460, $470, around the same price we pay here. He lives in Bizarro World.
Like I was saying, guys, this is like, and Mac Mega, shout out to Mac Mega. Mac Mega is not a news tuber or anything, but that's how easy it was to look up the actual official information by just looking up how much the price is by yen and doing a conversion of that and seeing it. But once again, this is what people do. This is the age of misinformation. where people just want to make up whatever they want to make up, right, about stuff because their favorite grifter said it, or they found it on Reddit or some type of weird social media post. Anyway, we will revisit this topic. I'll cover the Japanese sales because we actually get those from week to week, which it's doing really good. But we'll revisit this topic in February when Nintendo gives us the official numbers of the Switch 2. So yeah. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate that. Big love. Watch my most recent video. If you haven't seen it, check out my most recent video. Appreciate you guys coming out to the stream. Shout out to everybody that dropped donos, and we'll see you guys for the next one. We'll be back, I think on Monday. We'll be back. Yeah, Monday. All right, guys. Love y'all. Peace.